nice. Food was okay. It wasn't great, but it was alright. My fucking shoes were uncomfortable as hell though.
Classic. There are only like 10 chairs here. I'm wondering if we
they're
get.
all-
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get that, but like, we're probably gonna get some interesting matches. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks good. I wish I cut my hair before. And other things.
Yeah. I got my haircut taken care of last weekend.
Yeah, I wish I did. Regretting not getting it.
Well, on the bright side, they never put you on main stage so people could see your hair.
No, they did. Just not as a commentator.
That's true. That's true. Wow, that is loud. So it sounds like we're not going to be on Bifuteki's second slot.
Did they change it again?
Yeah, there just is no second slot. Because there
You're
is
just
no
gonna
need
put
for
everything on the main
Yeah.
stage?
Because it's top 8 to top 4, and it's 4 hours. I mean, it's top 8 to top 4 for 2 hours.
You can open the main stage back. Oh. You said you were gonna close down the main stage for that. Oh, well. They're lucky today.
Ooh,
I need to do that with Sidra pins.
nice ground pound.
You can leave it on the table.
What? Are we live? No, we're not live.
Yeah, we're live.
What's up, everyone?
Hey guys, this is
It's
You Got
BCX.
It's
It's
BCX.
Sunday.
It's BCX Sunday Finals Day. I'm You Got Froned,
I'm part of the Creed.
and we're here with some top 32 matches.
Ooh, top 32 going down to top 8. Every match here, I got a chance to check out the schedule. Every match is gonna be crazy. It's gonna be so crazy. Wrench is just gonna spam us with sounds. I see Wrenched.
Too early for that right now.
I see.
Just a little too early. Even with the time change where you get an extra hour, it's still too early. Well,
think
for
so?
an Ogrim span.
I'm very happy with the 1 hour of extra sleep I got.
I mean, I can't not like it. I slept pretty well, but I haven't gotten enough sleep over the entire weekend for it to mean
That's
enough.
fair. That's fair. So you didn't get a chance to see some of those games last night, but it
I had
got
an
very intense with the basically playoffs whittling down the 32 people from pools into 12 that qualified into today's top 32, which of course includes the 20 people who were already qualified due to circuit points in the circuit.
The only thing I heard from yesterday that was really outstanding from everything else was the Egg Soup versus Effie game. That was a pretty emotional game for pretty much everybody.
Yeah.
25 to 30 people just surrounding both stations.
It was very much flashbacks to like Kyler Alice against Dykou last year, especially because they went to King's Pass. Like,
yeah,
that was Kyler Alice and Dykou, and then they went back there again. You see King's Pass so rarely. It was kind of awesome to see Egg and Effie.
That's actually the exact parallel that I drew with Sparky when I was talking to him last night. It was exactly the same as Dykou and Kyler Alice. A top-tier game being relegated to an off-screen decision. That is one of the bigger games of that day.
Yeah.
And every game that was being streamed, of course, at that time was big because there were only big players left. But at that point, what do you do?
Yeah, you got a schedule to keep, and we're going to be keeping to hours. I believe they're going to be doing button checks. I'm still not sure. Who's Wrench fighting?
He's fighting Starlight.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, he's fighting Starlight. I didn't see him behind the monitor. All right, Wrenched versus Starlight. This is fun.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Two players that we've seen play all year.
I believe
Starlight
they both
being a long time. Oh, yeah. Starlight's been playing a lot of Asuri for quite a while. It used to be... Who did he used to play before?
It was Bodvar.
Was it Bodvar? It was the main Bodvar pick?
Yeah, it was Bodvar. It might have been Koji for a while when everyone was playing Koji, but...
I don't think so. I don't think he swapped to Koji. I think he's played it a few times in tournament,
but
I don't think he's ever stuck with it.
No,
he's never stuck with it because once he picked up Asuri, he stuck with Asuri.
A little bit of Koji.
A tiny bit.
But yeah, a lot of Asuri lately. I assume we'll probably see more Asuri, but I can't be sure if that trend is going to continue.
I guess we'll find out. I mean, Bodvar's a fantastic pick. Hammer's a strong weapon.
3, 2, 1. And here we go. We're getting into
we got the game number one of this top 32 going on for us at least. Wrench versus Starlight going on right now. Wrench getting a good bowstring off against Starlight. And I guess you did call with the Koji pick, didn't you?
Yes, indeed I did. It's I'm very curious to see how this works for Starlight. I assume Asuri is still going to be there in the pocket, but he's feeling the Koji like quite a lot of players this year. And Wrench sticking with that Ember. As we get into this, Starlight and Wrench both trading off in the bow department. Basically trying to find the leg up. Wrench has definitely gotten a lot more damage on Starlight. Whose Koji isn't looking so hot yet, but right now they're both just dancing around each other.
Yeah, not too much other than trades going on right now because we're at the point where every player has to really respect each other. It's going to be a lot of high tier stuff, back and forth. Wrench finding that first kill in the bottom corner of the map, and that's
I could have sworn
interesting.
Starlight was still there. Also,
well,
yeah. Go ahead.
He's still there.
No, I mean when he got sent down into the bottom. Like
I guess it's that early.
Starlight has lost his first stock. Wrench looking really good. He is down in the red, but he had a pretty good early lead on Starlight. Isn't able to land that side light as a punish, but that's all right. He got a quick string off with the down light into the nair.
Wrench doing a good job at holding that close spacing with the guitars, getting a lot of those neutral layers, building up damage. A good sider as well to push Starlight off on the side, but Starlight did have that good response as well with the neutral layer to pop Wrench away. Wrench, of course, getting very high up in damage. He's getting to that kill point, especially with the 3-4 defense that he might have chosen. It's going to be an early kill coming soon, I'd have to imagine, because Starlight's going to have to find something very soon to pull this back. And Starlight, yep, there goes one side air, and Wrench getting pressured into falling. He had all the recovery options. Starlight never really pursued him down there. He just all Starlight really needed was the I guess intent of pressure to take that stock.
That being said, Starlight's already in the red. Wrench is looking pretty good. He's looking for that side sig that he knows is going to kill Starlight, that he knows has the power. A quick down air is going to send Starlight downward, but he is going to be able to make it back. He is going to get the touch and get a nair on top of that. Wrench unable to secure the kill, but again, Starlight's just in a dangerous position. Wrench is not going to over-aggress there. He does go for the gravity cancel downlight, puts him in a bit of a dangerous spot, tries to get the neutral stick, can't get that. Starlight is taking advantage of Wrench, trying to fish for this kill. Wrench finally does get it with an air, but he's in the orange.
Now Wrench, a whole stock up. He's got momentum in his favor right now. The Katara versus Sword matchup is going to be I guess a little bit of a tough one because Starlight's going to have the added benefit of added range over all of the different directions that he can attack. But if Wrench can get on top of him, he's already shown that he's got the ability to keep damage flowing, and he's got the reads to keep himself with the momentum in his favor.
Wrench right now pushing Starlight off the stage, using those guitars. The nairs and the stairs doing an extremely good job. And Starlight is struggling to stay and get back onto the map. Doesn't manage to land that side sig. Wrench can't get the punish either with his own side sig. Side air sends Starlight off the stage. There's a quick neutral light to get some more damage. Goes for the jump into the ground pound. It was a good option, but it's not going to be enough against Starlight. He's going to need to start looking for this kill, and I think that's the one part he's been struggling at the most. Starlight's going to land those neutral lights. Wrench is going to get back on stage, hit the recovery, send him upward, but still no kill on his part. I know he's looking for that bow recovery, but he's not going to find it, and Starlight's going to get the kill. He's in dark red. I think Starlight has a bit of a seam here. I think he can take advantage of the fact that Wrench struggles a little bit to finally get that kill option, but man, is it a tight thread to walk.
Well, one of the things that people like to go for those kill options is the recovery options, especially with Wrench not having a weapon right now. It's, oh, he's going to be relegated to, well, not anymore, but he's got the bow. He's got more options for kill potential, and Wrench, having been playing Ember and bow for quite a long time, he was going to be the one to find the kill earlier on. Starlight has always been one to favor having a weapon over unarmed. So going into that last stock, Wrench had a pretty big advantage having knocked Starlight's, or having forced Starlight's hand by forcing him to lose that weapon.
I mean, you could see Wrench to intentionally went unarmed because he wanted a kill option, and he's thinking, hey, I think out of both my weapons, you know what has a better kill option? It's going to be unarmed. Starlight, on the other hand, has now switched to Mordex. Interesting pick.
This isn't something I would have ever expected him to play. Ever since he started becoming a bigger character in the professional scene, he's always been a sword player. In fact, he prided himself years ago on his ability to use sword. So swapping to a character that doesn't have it, especially one that uses gauntlets. I know he used Val before, the sword gauntlet character, but is that enough experience to make a definitive swap in a game to Mordex? I don't think so, and it doesn't look like it's going to be right now.
Starlight recovered away from the stage. He was looking for a more non-traditional option there and dodging back. Man, Wrench burned all of his jumps just jumping in that zone, waiting for Starlight to appear, and he was rewarded quite well. Yeah, Starlight, I don't think I've ever seen his scythe play, and it's definitely something that has to be groomed for a long time. And Starlight's going to really struggle, especially here in best of 3. Like, this is a very dangerous thing to do.
I can see him pulling it out, though. That's the thing. It's a difficult weapon, but it's been out for quite a while. I mean, Scythe really got shown for the first time last year at BCX, so there's obviously been a lot of time to practice, and he does have Gauntlet experience because of his Val play in the past. But interestingly enough, it looks like he is going to be favoring out Scythe a little bit, I guess, at least for the very reason that it's got Gimp potential and recovery and neutral air, the neutral air alt option. And the ground pound is another great Gimp option, but the side sig gravity cancel is going to put Starlight in his last stock.
Wrench is looking really good right now. Starlight coming in nice.
Very nice string.
He certainly knows how to pull those off.
That's going to be the hardest thing for Starlight right here. With Starlight's character choice and weapons that he has available to him, they're very, very read heavy. Scythe especially. Scythe having really very, very few true combos. You have to know exactly how people like to dodge, and that's really more of a personal preference for them as well, because everyone likes to dodge at different points. Knowing just when to throw out your read options is Mordex with Scythe and Gauntlets is going to be extremely difficult for him to get, especially with one stock left. He's going to have to finish the last few stocks off of Wrench.
You can see
Probably
he's
trying to force a Gimp.
really trying to get those nairs on Wrench to push him off stage, get Starlight in a better position. But Wrench isn't falling for any of them. And even when he does come down to greet Starlight off stage, he knows what to look out for. He knows to find those nairs, and Starlight is just unable to get any lands on Wrench. Finally
Nice.
gets the nair as Wrench goes probably a little too deep trying to find that dare.
That was a very nice pick off from Starlight. The neutral air off the side, push into the ult option to kick him off. Very nice on his part, but he still has a long way to go. It's kind of a mirrored position from the last game. Just a little bit different in terms of what weapons he has available. Oh,
Gets
that
the
might be
neutral
it.
sig. Wrenched is going to take the set on Starlight 2-0, moving him up on into the bracket. Noble Starlight is unfortunately going to fall down into the lower bracket. He's not out of it yet, but he's going to need to find his footing, figure out what his secondary pick is, because I really don't think Mordex is going to do it.
I don't think Mordex is it. I mean, he did not look bad on Mordex, to say the least, but it wasn't a pick that looked like it really fit with him. Sticking with a more sword-focused character would probably be the option that he would want to look for in the future. Maybe go back to Bodvar, maybe switch to Val, because the gauntlets did work for him to a certain degree. I think sticking with sword is going to be
It's a good thing to fall back to.
the thing he needs. Well, especially for him, because it's the weapon that he's been using for the longest time. It's the weapon he's put in the most hours with in the past, and pretty much in the present as well.
And as we move into the future, we've got another game coming up. I see Cake, and I see
I throw.
Ithro. Oh, yes.
So it's going to be Cake and I throw. Cake and EU boy. Teammate to adding Mestic and Powerhouse on his own, of course. I throw, one of the top NA players, did so much work this year at LAN events and high-tier events, and challenged Boomy, Remy, and Noel in almost every single way in every single tournament, placing anywhere between first and fourth.
That being said, he seems to have fallen back a little bit over the past few months, not really putting up that incredible placing that we saw before in Summer Championships or Shine, as opposed to back in Combo Breaker or I think it was Spring Champions, when he really started to surprise people.
Well, he did win Combo Breaker, didn't he?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, because I don't know. I would have said that would have been his really big breakout.
Yeah, that is what I said.
Oh, I thought you were saying that the Summer Champions that happened way afterwards was.
No, I said the opposite of that.
Okay, just it's early. I haven't had coffee, tea, anything with caffeine in it.
On the other hand,
I'm trying to keep myself alive right now.
Cake's always been doing pretty well. He has a pretty consistent showing. But more than anything, like, him and his partner Addy Mestic have done phenomenally in twos. They're already in top 8 in the 2v2. And now we're going to see him try to bring that fire into 1v1. See if...
Who do you think he's going to play? Because I know in the past he's been a big Nai player, a big Queen Nai player. And that's not always a popular pick, but you know, EU has had a different meta in the past, and Katars have been a big part of that.
I heard Queen Nai.
You heard Queen Nai?
I heard Queen Nai.
He might have heard me say Queen Nai.
Here's the thing. I don't think he heard you at all. First of all.
Oh, they look. As soon as I said that, both of them looked this way.
No,
So-
they looked at each other.
No, Ithro looked at me.
I think you're imagining things. Yeah, so Cake, well, on the topic of Queen Nai, her pick rate's gone up, I think, as of late, with the recent changes with dash and dodge. A lot of people really rely on Queen Nai's signatures. They have this speed that dexterity really that tries to compensate dexterity, and they're really valuable, like, especially on Spear, I think, the most. you've got this sort of really nice option selection. A neutral sig covers the anti-air, a down sig covers that long range and keeps you safe, and a side sig is basically a extremely powerful jab. Like, that spear kit for signatures is so good, and a lot of people will really pair like a quick neutral light into a neutral sig, into a neutral light, into a neutral sig, and it just covers this whole arc in front of them that's so hard to get around. And so I'm curious.
Not to mention the high damage, the high damage combo of side light down light into gravity cancel neutral sig. It's huge. It's a lot of damage and a very strong kill combo or kill option. But anyway, right off the bat, Isidru looking extremely good, getting a lot of this hammer damage off the stomp combos, and Cake getting the response finally with these guitars. But bonks his head under the stage and just barely finds his way back onto that wall. I think he had one more jump left, and if Isidru was managed to pressure him that point, that could have been a very early game.
So much happened in those first 30 seconds. I'm almost a little confused at how these two players went from such strong momentum swings between each other over and over again. Isidru took such an early lead at the beginning. As soon as Cake managed to get the weapon,
stomp side air, stomp side light,
right
into side air.
And then Cake immediately turned around with a quick guitar string, almost gimping Isidru after stuffing the recovery. Isidru turned it back around on Cake, and then it was
It's that early aggression.
Oh yeah.
I mean, finding that early momentum is huge, and now both Cake finding a kill, like completely evened up stocks. I mean, this is like fresh. It's almost like the game started all over again.
And they both killed off that side of the stage. They know to utilize that part of Blackguard to get themselves in a position. Cake is now weapon guarding Isidru a ton. Both of these players really value their weapons. You saw that when Cake was struggling and dying, when Isidru had the weapon advantage, and now Cake is just keeping Isidru off the stage, taking every single weapon Isidru can get. And Isidru is just jumping around. He's hardly even trying to counterattack Cake. Finally gets the weapon. Now he's going to start feeling a little bit more confident. But with both players having a weapon, I'm really curious to see who's going to take the slight advantage here. Cake's got the spear, and Isidru with the sword.
You gotta really respect what Isidru is doing there. I mean, on one hand, you kind of want to see people go in with unarmed when they don't have a weapon, and their opponent's just weapon starving them. You want to see them go for those unarmed plays. But on the other hand, Cake is a top tier player.
Cake's recovery got stuffed. He tried to get that down like gravity cancel neutral like you mentioned earlier, but was unable. It does have a dodge frame. It's certainly not a true combo. Isidru knows that. He's dodging those downlines every single time. Now Cake at a bit of a disadvantage, goes for a downlight into Nair and can't get the connection. Good guitar neutral light stopping the side air from hitting him, but he's still got to get that kill, and that recovery is going to do it. Neck and neck game between these two. Cake has only taken a little bit of damage.
Isidru on his last stock now. Cake with the weapon advantage. Not going to be able to stuff that weapon out, and Isidru's going to find a hammer, and that's going to be the weapon he was very successful with at the very beginning of this match.
Yes, at the beginning, but I think this is Isidru's weakest weapon against Cake right now. I think his sword has looked a little bit better. Isidru really was stronger with the hammer when Cake didn't have a weapon, and Cake was really just struggling to find any options. But you can see Isidru throwing the hammer out for the sword. He definitely feels better with the sword against Cake.
One way or another, Cake does have a lot of range with the spear. He's holding those neutral lights, getting those little jabbing movements. Oh, the neutral sig coming out, but Isidru times that dodge perfectly. And now
I think it's interesting that Cake keeps going for that. I see it more as
he's got Isidru in the red, and that will at least if it doesn't kill, it'll put him way out of bounds, and it'll.
But a side air will accomplish the same thing, and it's got a smaller dodge window.
But it's got much less force off of it.
I think with the Queen 9, that has about an equal chance of killing at these health levels. Especially when you're on the left side of Blackguard Keep. Like, I understand Queen 9 has some great sig.
Are some of the earliest killing.
Was all he needed. Cake takes game 1.
It's all situational, and he found the right one.
As we go into game 2, Isidru, he's got the focus. Cake just wants to keep his hands warm. Well, I'm telling you guys right now, the person who wins BCX is the one who managed to keep their hands the most warm. I saw Dykou and Effie like trading hand warmers under the table. Dykou was like, what happened to your hand warmers? He's like, I had to give them out to XXX people.
He said he had a bag of about 30 or so hand warmers. Like,
there's some intense trading going on.
What do you call them? Danish hunting hand warmers, where they last for like 10 hours.
Hunting. Yeah, over here it's mostly for like skiing and snowboarding. But
I'm sure there's hunting hand warmers.
Like, I'm not calling them drugs, but there's some sneaky trades going on down here in the venue. Hopefully, Cake managed to grab some as we go into game 2, or Isidru.
Isidru making a swap to Hattori as well. He's going to be opting for that spear play rather than the hammer play this time around. Sticking with the sword, of course, a weapon that is kind of iconic to NA and the NA metas from past and present.
Isidru, he was really pushing Cake out with those sidelights. Cake had to rely on a weapon throw to interrupt and got in the dodge. Looked for a gravity cancel downlight after his sidelight, but Isidru was still down on the ground. Isidru, who's really well known for using wake-up gravity cancels against his opponents to try to throw them off so that, you know, A, he can get that counterattack, but B, it's definitely not that dodge read that a lot of people tend to expect. But now Isidru doesn't have a weapon. Cake can recognize that. He's going to be looking to get that nair on Isidru, but still can't find it. Gravity cancel neutral sig is extremely dangerous. And Isidru manages to land a recovery, but doesn't get the full hit, which I think would have killed.
Such a risky hit. It would have killed. I believe it kills the earliest of any signature in the game at 120.
No, I'm talking about the recovery. Which
I thought you were talking about the neutral stick.
Isidru dropped, and it's unfortunate for him because that would have killed, and instead he had to opt for the side air, which wasn't going to do enough force.
Oh, Cake finding the side air, though, and that's going to be the first kill of the game. Cake taking advantage, but still very deep in the red, so that is going to put him in a precarious position. He still has to be very careful. Isidru looking for that side sig, the unarmed side sig. The haymaker throwing it out and just not finding the connection. Cake going for the spear play, finding the neutral sig option this time around.
Isidru's dodge came out, and Cake absolutely saw the opportunity. He knew he'd land that neutral sig without the dodge.
Well, it's the opportunity to charge. They made the change not that long ago to be able to charge gravity canceled signatures, just so you for the mix-up potential. And in that moment, it just benefited him immensely.
A recovery after the downlight. I don't know if that was just a misinput or maybe his dodge was on cooldown, because it is a bit of an unorthodox move selection, and that's the same button you're going to be looking for that neutral stick. I think it wasn't what he was trying to get, but it worked out quite well. And now Cake is struggling to get back on the stage. Isidru doing such a good job at just sidelighting every time Cake gets back. As he was doing before. Last time he did it, though, Cake put in a weapon throw to get back on stage, and I want to see that again, but instead, Isidru's going to get that ground pound and take the stock. Isidru with an advantage here. It's his
first real lead in terms of stocks in the set, and this is going to maybe create a different dynamic for him coming up. He's been very clean on the sword play so far.
Ooh, good ground pound. It looked like he let it go right before it was going to hit Isidru. But
I saw that he didn't have the angle while Isidru was on the wall, and I don't think he thought that Isidru was going to fall off of it. So he canceled it right as Isidru came off. If he dedicated just a split hair longer, that would have been a hit.
Oh, and Cake is falling into those sidelights again. He's got to get in some of those weapon throws to interrupt Isidru. Isidru managing to land that neutral light. Isidru's looking so much better, and Cake is just falling into his moves. I think Cake needs to be a little bit more careful. He's going to swap out, pick the spear back up. He manages to get that down sig. He's going to be looking to take his lead back, and I will say a Queen Nai against a Hattori is probably what you want to be looking for to take any sort of lead back.
Oh, Isidru now with map control. A big part of this map, playing Great Hall, is map control. Holding that center stage allows you to attack people on top of all the platforms around, use them as something of a shield because they can't get any weapon throws. And it makes it a lot harder for them to get through back down to that main stage portion of the map. Cake with the spear looking for that anti-air option. It's not going to connect. Isidru doing a little bit of a push, getting little damage here and there, which is going to be the biggest thing he can do against the high defense of Queen Nai.
Some really interesting shadow stepping coming out from both players. Cake looks like he's really struggling to figure out the scene against Isidru because right now he just keeps running into Isidru's sidelights after the shadow steps. Like, he's not being able to react in time, and Isidru's going to get the downlights there for the kill going into game 3. And it really looks like a different match because Isidru's plan in this set is just, you know, shadow step around, get in a side light. If Cake is off stage, wait for him to come back, get in a side light.
It's finding that chip damage, you know?
When Cake lands on the stage, get in a side light. The side lights are so powerful for Isidru.
It's the little damage. It all adds up in the end.
And Cake needs to not allow that to happen.
I mean, Cake has the benefit of big hits. High force, displacing Isidru and forcing him into bad situations off stage. Isidru has the speed advantage on stage, where he can find those little hits, those little jumps, using shadow stepping, dash movements, dash jumps to get in.
And he can, but I think a lot of the problem right now is Cake's getting a little greedy, and he's just running into Isidru's attacks. And I know Cake can you know, find a better way to approach Isidru. We saw him use the intelligent weapon throw.
Ooh,
in the
he's
chase
swapping to Mirage. Another scythe swap out from another pro player. First Starlight, now Cake.
Yeah, which I think is interesting. He wasn't really feeling the guitars as much, I don't think, in any of the sets. It was really all about that spear. It's really a question of how good does he feel with the scythe, which, again, you're going to need a lot of practice to really get in the optimal scythe strings that you're going to be looking for. Or Cake could really just stick to the spear itself, and maybe he's going to be feeling better about the signatures that Mirage has. He's getting in those down the stairs.
In the stats. I mean, it's a similar strength stat. You have much less defense than Queen Knight does, of course. We have more movement speed and more dexterity, so that gives you a little bit more room to work with Spear in trying to get those combos out, of course.
But I will say, right off the bat, he's looking much better. Manages to get the big string on Isidru, I should say, using the spear. And now Isidru and Cake are going to start spear dittoing against each other. Cake managed to get the side light, but he goes for a spot dodge. Isn't going to find a dodge read off of that. Isidru looking for his own dodge read as he dodges in and tries to get the reverse side light. No dice from either of these players, and now it's going to start being a sword versus scythe matchup. But Isidru's the one with the weapon. Cake manages to pick up his scythe. Side light into neutral light. He does get the dodge read, but doesn't get a follow-up after the initial neutral light. I was looking for the Nair into Sair combo, but Cake didn't have it. I think that's just a matter of...
The dodge read setup was there. It was he had it perfectly. He just didn't have the distance, the chase to get that the finisher in tow. But the gravity cancel down signature, very unusual, but it works. And Isidru is going to be finding that first kill onto Cake, and now stocks all evened up. Isidru a little bit behind this time around again.
It would have been an odd option coming out from Isidru, but it worked in his favor. And now Cake's going to be looking to try to even it out. Yeah, there you go. He's got the full stock.
It's not an even out. It's a lead take.
Is what I was going for.
That's taking a lead, and now he's full stock up. I mean, that's a pretty fresh second stock, and you can make so much with that. You can take all the risks in the world as long as you're not getting gimped.
Well, yeah, you still got to be careful. It's very easy for a lot of these players to think, hey, I've got a big stock lead. I can be a little more aggressive. But you saw how powerful Isidru was when Cake was being over aggressive, when Cake was running onto the stage, and shadow stepping for days, guys. Just go around and wait for the opportune moment. Isidru is really taking his time, and he's being rewarded. Cake is getting maybe a little bit impatient. He's running into some of those side lights and down lights. Cake's gotta slow down his roll. Isidru now with that dash jump into side air. Cake at a loss for options, manages to get the nair. And now Isidru going in for that side save. Cake switches out for the scythe. I want to see him use some of those max rage downlights against Isidru as he's hanging around in that sort of zone that he's been more comfortable with against Cake's guitars. Ooh, and Cake is unable to hit the platform, doesn't land on it, goes around it. He's going to fall to his death. Isidru's only in the yellow. That's that comeback I was talking about. Isidru's probably feeling much better. And now Cake maybe losing a little bit of nerve. He's got to be careful.
I mean, the mentality is what it's going to be coming down to. Both of these players are fantastic players. Cake and Isidru have been going back and forth, going at it. Cake taking the first game, Isidru taking the second game, Cake taking an early lead, and Isidru just bringing it back. It just shows the caliber of these players coming against each other right now. And now Cake trying to get an advantage with the scythe, getting the read as well into that neutral state, into the side stick, taking it down. And that's going to be 2 games for Cake with the Mirage pick.
That was
the scythe finisher.
Nice.
That was a great read.
Stick. It was really good.
That was
he
a
managed
great
to get
read.
just a little bit of a string and basically read exactly where Isidru was going to land. Get that side stick, max range off the left side of the stage. That was a guaranteed kill. And Cake certainly pulled it out at the very end there. When it was looking a little bit bleak, it looked like Isidru really started to get the read on Cake, but Cake really brought it back using the one tool he knew that Isidru wasn't experienced on in terms of that best of 3.
Yep, and the scythe was the main thing. I mean, Cake found that dodge read almost every time. Every time he set it up, he got the dodge read. There wasn't a big follow-up afterwards every single time, but there was the dodge read, which is the biggest thing to note when playing scythe. Getting that dodge out, because everything is basically a string, right? There's always a dodge window somewhere.
It's
so
really
popping that dodge is incredibly important in building damage.
It's all about those dodge windows, and it's all about knowing what you want to find after the dodges, right? Like, you know, I remember when scythe started really coming into play, there was a distinct difference between Doe Brain and Effie, and then Effie, after a nair, liked to go for the regular nair and then nair side air chaining, whereas Doe Brain liked to do the alt of the nair and then come in with the downlight in the nair and the downlight in the nair. And that's sort of a difference in play. There were some tweaks with dodge windows to make one or the other a little bit more optimal at any given time, but you have to grind out the muscle memory on that after the dodges. And you could see Cake, he would get some of those quick hits, but he wasn't yet at that point where once he got one move, he knew exactly what to do afterwards.
And speaking of scythe, we got a player coming up who's going to be a longtime scythe player since it's come out.
Yep, I talked about Doe Brain and I talked about Effie, and here we are. Effie is going to be up against TB, a couple of EU boys duking it out.
Unfortunately,
TB has a New York hat. Speaking of,
I mean, isn't that one of the things? Is that like there's a lot of American sports team logos that are really popular overseas and just across the entire globe. For some reason, the Yankees.
Yeah.
And I think that one's pretty self-explanatory because they've been so prominent for so long in American baseball. But also something I've actually seen going across countries in other countries, the Atlanta Braves hat.
What? Really?
The A.
Okay.
It's not even always the right colors. It's just it's just the logo.
It's a nice A. I mean, here's the thing. TB's over here repping EU with a NA hat on. That's all I'm saying. Like, what are you trying to accomplish here? Either way,
it's fashion. It's a fashion statement. It's an EU fashion statement.
An EU fashion statement.
How many people in the U.S. wear a Yankees hat if they don't live in New York? And then how many wear it outside the United States?
I don't know. Well, either way,
it's a fashion statement.
Effie and TB going to be fighting out. Effie, of course, coming in from the waterfall bracket yesterday, beating out.
We were talking about it a little bit.
That's what we were talking about, beating out Egg Soup and Doppy. Were his two biggest competition at the end of the playoffs. TB got himself here through qualification. I think that's also pretty interesting. How many of these players got here through the circuit qualification haven't really warmed up as much, right? Like they played their twos, I'm sure.
They did play quite a bit yesterday as well because there was really nothing for the qualified players to do yesterday during a lot of the games. Oh, I mean, they did, yeah, of course, but I mean, you want to spend time here, you want to watch games, you want to practice. I mean, they spent a lot of time practicing. I saw Noel doing running a whole bunch of sets with people. I saw Dykou running some sets with people. I saw a lot of people running sets, and I think that was their way of keeping themselves warm. Whether or not they got enough practice in today to get the feelings back, to get those hands warm again. I mean, for Effie, I think literally keeping his hands warm with the hand warmers that we were talking about, that's going to help. But in the end, we got both of these EU boys here facing off. It's kind of sad in my opinion because I want to see more NA versus EU.
It's
more entertaining.
Every tournament.
I know, but that's the whole point of BCX, right?
EU
Have all these foreign guys come in, play against all the local NA boys.
And occasionally play against each other.
Yeah.
In a fashion where it's just.
I don't care if NA takes themselves out because
that
NA
happens all the time.
Yeah, it happens all the time,
Yeah.
and we're in NA right now.
Yeah.
But EU,
they can just show up to
that's
any
the
land they
trouble.
want. Effie, like my thing is, you know, you can warm up the day before. I'm sure TB played some sets yesterday, but it's different to constantly be playing tense matches, you know, on and off the stage, knowing that you could get knocked out. And Effie has just been doing that a ton yesterday. And so yeah, I think it helps a little bit with the nerves. I think you get a little bit more experience. TB, though, he's a pretty laid-back guy. He's out here playing random in summer championships and whatnot. So who knows what he's thinking. Maybe he doesn't have a problem at all. Today, however, he was going to be playing Lucian, and of course, Effie's going to be playing next.
I mean, gun scythe, very strong option, and it's something he's
the
been.
hair's a strong option.
Well, I mean,
He's
similar. It's
got-
similar. It's a similar hairstyle. I mean,
Yeah,
you
it
can
really
see.
is.
You saw.
It's
You
great.
saw it on the webcam. You
I
saw
love
it. You
it.
see it right here. It's you know, thematic. But scythe guns, 2 strong weapons. Effie's been playing them for such a long time. TB pulling out a very classic pick, especially in EU. The Qatar's guns. Lucian is a very, very old pick for a lot of these EU players.
And now we're going to get into it. Effie versus TB. And now both players have the guns. Guns have been a pretty popular option. More specifically in 2s, TB managing to get a dare and a dare. Really nice option selection. Effie, on the other hand, going for probably a more risky option selection with that neutral sig. And very read heavy. I think he wanted to see if he could get an early kill. TB not going to take the bait. Now both players are going to return to neutral. Good X pivot.
Really good
nair.
X pivots. Finding 3 in a row almost into the down sig. TB's getting pressured off stage now. TB swapping to the Qatars, looking for the diagonals, approach, like close range approaches, but no, it's going to get. Effie's going to find the recovery off on the top, and that's going to be the first stock going the way of Effie, taking that advantage, swapping back to Scythe in order to start getting a little bit of damage built up onto TB. But TB with the guns of looking for the recovery, the neutral sig as well, but neither one of those is going to connect, and now Effie has the advantage on the edge guard stage.
And Effie's looking really good. He had
He
the
is
guns
looking
going.
very good.
He's getting the reads on TB. He hasn't quite gotten the big side string that I think he's looking for just yet, but he's landing what he needs to keep himself alive and get that damage on TB. TB going under the stage to try to avoid Effie strings, which is definitely what he wants to go for. But that side sig with the huge upward hitbox, TB trying to jump over it. Effie knows that's going to hit if TB jumps. Clearly, Effie's got a big read on TB and his playstyle.
Oh, TB with the nice down air, and it looks like, oh, the recovery is going to save Effie just a little bit. I mean, I'm sure he had the options to get back, but
I mean, Effie was really looking for more of a bait there. He intentionally went under that stage. He had all his movement options there. He wanted TB to try to follow him, and he did follow him. Unfortunately, TB knew exactly what to expect from that recovery, was able to avoid it, but not for long. Effie, nice gravity cancel downlight into a ground pound. He's looking for a 3-stock right now.
I mean, he's got the potential, but I mean,
Not quite.
that's why I said potential.
Potential.
There's a difference between potential and
And the
you know,
guarantee.
and that
Oh my God.
kills it.
There's Effie's side string that he'd been looking for that entire time. Sends TB way off stage, and he was looking really strong. TB, though, with the Qatars, had a lot of movement options, able to keep himself alive. That being said, Effie, there's another dodge read coming out from him. There's that downline, looks for the ground pound, can't quite find it. Trying to find a neutral light into a recovery, but TB's getting knocked all around the stage. Effie with a long charge. He didn't get punished for it. Instead, he got the punish on TB with that neutral light. And TB, I don't think does he know what he needs to do to beat Effie right now? Because whatever it is, it's not working out in his favor.
We're going to find out in just a moment, I think, because TB is going to get to that point where it won't matter what he does, because no matter what he'll get hit by, eventually we'll kill him. And there it is. The side air from Effie is going to be taking down that last stock from TB, and TB goes down
I mean,
2 stocks.
what is TB going to play? Because
I don't know. I mean, he can
after-
play a lot.
after that,
He has a wide range of characters.
I'm thinking I'd switch. I don't know what I'd switch to if I was TB. I'm sure, like you said, he's
Well,
got a
well,
wide
break
range
it
of
down.
characters.
What was successful in that last game in terms of movement, in terms of weapon usage
For TB?
for TB?
I think his guns did some decent work at the beginning. Mostly, though, it was very much trying to find the right dodges against Effie, and he wasn't finding it. He was really just getting caught over and over again. I think he's got to get more of those jump out of strings, more dodge away out of those strings, because dodging in any direction, Effie knows exactly what to do afterwards. He's that methodical kind of player that's immediately going to take advantage of whatever TB does, as long as it's not that one move that that he can't get punished for. And he's taking off the stage headphones and putting his own earbuds in. This is a swap if I've ever seen one.
This is the change he needed. Is a mindset change. If you're not used to wearing the headsets, maybe it weighs you down. Maybe it causes a little bit more pressure than you're used to. The earbuds, you just stick them in, listen to music.
3, 2, 1.
It's a mindset thing.
He's going to cross.
Oh,
Sparky would be very happy.
This is actually something that I'm used to seeing. I mean, this is what he brought out in CEO Dreamland a while ago. This is what he brought out in the Summer Championships as well. And now TB, he's got the gauntlets. Gauntlets, a very good pick.
But Effie, right off the bat, his movement is incredible as he just watches TB go around him and just constantly gets hit after hit on top of TB, who is unable to get in what he needs to. He's gotten a couple things in with the gauntlets, but again, there's TB's guns that I think will have a little bit of an easier time against Effie, if anything. That being said, Effie, nice dash jump into fall dare. Trying to catch TB. The side air. There, he finds the dash jump into fast fall, X pivot dare for the edge guard. Gets that on TB.
He was looking for something there. As long as he got that dodge, the chase dodge up, he could have tagged the wall, but Effie positioning himself just out of the way of the down air. TB finding the fall. Effie now with the scythe, looking for a lot of these dodge read combos, and now double neutral air into dodge read.
And that's
TB,
the kill.
he can't get back.
TB, it looked like he
Insane pressure.
waited on his recovery, and that killed him more than anything. He had that recovery in store, and instead he side-aired toward the map and only got the recovery in once he was below it. Unfortunate for TB, but now Effie's again looking for a 3-stock. He's done such a good job against TB. TB is getting a little bit desperate, looking for gravity cancel neutral heavy off stage.
Double ground pound, and
is
that's
gonna
it.
be it. Effie 3
stock.
stocks TB.
That was insane.
Effie must be feeling really good after that initial performance. That's round 1 for Effie. I mean, like, especially right at the beginning, you wake up Sunday morning, you're thinking tournament nerves, gotta stay fresh, gotta stay alive, and you come into your first game and get a 3-stock. That feels good, man.
Second game, first set, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's still insane. Anyway, looking at the bracket, we can pick out a few names, see what we have seen just a little recently here, and we can kind of talk about what we're going to see coming up.
I don't think that's the bracket we want to be looking at.
I mean, there's names on there.
There's names. That's true.
I was looking at the first row, and there were a lot of names that we've seen play already, and then I saw that they were already filled out, and there were neither one of the names that were in the previous section.
Okay.
So,
okay.
It's a little interesting. But
I see Cossacks. Is he fighting Boomy? No, he's fighting Noel. So
this is going to be, we saw EU versus EU. Now we're going to see NA versus NA.
I was told that Cossacks was fighting Boomy round 1. And the fact that he's currently fighting Noel makes me think he already fought. I want to know how that matchup went. Because Boomy's a very strong player, but Cossacks is a very wacky player. It might be a word. I don't know if that's
well, it's definitely a word, but I don't know if it's the word I would use to describe his play.
He's definitely one of those people that...
It's different than the usual NA
everyone gets thrown off by, right?
Mm-hmm.
So looking into this...
And I know as a longtime Lance player, Cossacks usually catches people off guard by the sheer fact that he plays Lance. Because not very many use it. Not very many top-tier players use it. They always stuck to sword. I can't really think of anyone who's really stuck to a Lance in NA.
Of course, Noel. That's quite quite the
If,
competition.
if
to
he
be
doesn't
going
play
up
Koji,
against.
it's either Koji or Hattori. It's got to be, because he's been Koji for.
All right, so I'm
ever.
looking at this. Boomy did beat Cossacks, which means this is a lower bracket match. Noel has also been knocked down into the lower bracket. He got knocked down by by Wrenched. Wow, by Wrenched. So Wrenched, who we saw earlier, 2-0 Starlight, also 2-0 Noel. That's big. That's huge.
That's pretty big.
Noel in the lower bracket right now is something completely unorthodox. Noel has been probably one of the most consistently good players in a very long time.
I mean,
and
placing top 3 in almost every single tournament this year.
And he's extremely strong on lands. He doesn't feel the pressure nearly as much as other players because he has the most land experience out of everyone in the circuit. Because he lives in Atlanta, he gets to go in to some of those smaller Atlanta BMG lands. He's got the experience. He goes out.
Well, I mean, like you said, he lives in Atlanta. If there was a tournament anywhere in the southeast region of the United States, no matter how big the tournament was, he went there.
But
And
now,
that's how he got so many circuit points.
first falling to Wrench, and now he's going to be facing off against Cossacks. It's going to be a tough match for both of them, I think. Noel's got a big reputation that Cossacks has to figure out a way to get around, and Noel knows Cossacks is like the sneaky god killer. He comes in when you're not looking and just takes away the little hope you have left. That's the Cossacks game plan. As we go into game 1 here, both players trading pretty evenly, little bits of hits here, but no one's gotten a full read on the either player yet.
Noel playing a very interesting game of looking for a little bit of chip damage here and there, just getting a light, just one light in, playing a very patient game, waiting for Cossacks to make the first move. As he's playing a character with a lot of moves that are very punishable. I mean, there's something to be said about Lance being kind of a wacky weapon in and of itself, but the fact that also as soon as one of those moves comes out, it's very liable to be punished when you use something like a side air or a down air into the ground. There's a lot of recovery frames that come after that. And Noel also playing in Nasuri with the Qatars. We've also seen him doing some pretty interesting stuff that we don't see other people really utilizing, like throw into chase dodge, because you do get those out of those throws now.
Yep, and
People don't really utilize that all too much. And a very nice throw combo, up throw into sword recovery onto Cossacks. That was very, very nice and a very easy cleanup for him to take that first stock.
but Cossacks is not out of the game yet. Gets that quick recovery. Isn't going to be able to kill him off the top of the map. That being said, Noel gets that throw into chase dodge combo. Is able to rack up some damage. Cossacks going to throw his weapon. Is Noel going to be able to make it back on stage? Yes, he is. Cossacks unable to get that ground pound. Not timed quite right, but the side air is going to close it out, and we're on second stocks. Fairly even. Cossacks is taking a little bit of damage, but he is Cyril, and he's got the defense to tank.
Noel, he's not even afraid of going in unarmed. Tries to go for that weapon, but instead throws out an attack and tries to catch Cossacks off guard. And he's slowly but surely getting him into the red. Now that side sig is going to push Cossacks into the red. Noel holding his spacing above with the sword, the weapon he's been putting the most work in. And even when most all of NA said sword was bad. Oh, Cossacks getting the ground pound off. Noel getting ground pounded again, but he did get the wall touch. And the dodge upward is going to get him back on stage, just barely. And now Noel with the weapon throw and the edge guard positioning, Cossacks can't make it back.
Cossacks was struggling earlier to get those ground pounds on Noel, but he landed 2 in a row. I thought maybe he'd found his read on Noel's return to the stage, but no, unable to get the third one, and that caused the turnaround.
That second ground pound came out just a tad too late because Noel managed to get that wall touch. If he got it right before he managed to connect with the wall, that would have been a guaranteed kill, even if Noel had any other recovery options left. The force and the pressure would have killed him. Anyway, Cossacks getting a lot of Lance pressure off right now. Neutral airs covering the center of the stage, forcing Noel out to the outsides, and now Cossacks with the ground pound, and that is going to be kill number 2 for him, and that is all evened up stocks, 1-1. Noel versus Cossacks. Cossacks in the orange, though. That 8 defense does work wonders, but it won't last for him too much longer if he gets pushed into the red.
Cossacks is taking quite a bit of damage. He still hasn't gotten a single hit on Noel. Finally finds that Nair, but he's not going to be able to bring Noel all the way up into the red just with Nairs. Noel knows how to avoid
You
those
could
big
try.
anti-airs.
And Cossacks is, it looks like he's going to try. Neutral airs for days.
Noel getting around most of those Nairs. He is still getting hit by them, but Cossacks manages to rack up quite a bit of damage. A very risky play with that long run ground pound. Noel is not going to fall for it. Cossacks, he's going to need to use his full recovery, gets the chase dodge, manages to get back on stage just fine, but Noel just keeps pushing him out. This time he doesn't have the lance to get a long recovery back on stage. Noel uses a down stick that gives Cossacks the opportunity to pick up a weapon, and now both players are in the red. Chip damage from Noel. Cossacks is going to go down because of that recovery. That's game one.
All those little throws can disrupt a player, and especially a lance user like Cossacks is going to disrupt a lot of those long-winded attacks that come out. Those side airs, down airs, neutral airs, pretty much all the airs.
It's interesting. You can see Noel. He's got his hands in his hoodie. He's got to keep those warm, but he's also sitting there and thinking because something's got to be a little bit off for him after going down in lower brackets so early. Cossacks, on the other hand, he knows he needs to step up his game. He knows how to step up his game. He's certainly done it in the past. He can do it now. We're going to go right into game number 2.
And both players stick with the same characters. Cossacks usually swapping between all the lance characters, but I guess sticking with Sir Roland for the time being is going to be his option for today. That high defense allowing for just a total survivability, and especially 9 defense being very strong option right now. Noel holding that corner though with the guitars, trying to get as much little damage as he can, just chipping here and there, looking for the side stick. It's not going to connect. Cossacks with the neutral air into side air, not going to connect as well. And Noel now getting neutral airs, trying to just chip back and forth. It's just neutral game chipping for both of these players right now, looking to build up into the red. But no, the neutral SIG from Noel is going to dunk Cossacks off on the bottom, and that is going to be stock number 1 gone.
Very nice, impressive option coming out from Noel. I think he's really championed that neutral SIG over time in terms of using it as both an anti-air and a nice kill option in the right spot. There it is again as he watches Cossacks get back. Manages to land it still. Gets the dare, and Cossacks is down to his last stock. He's feeling a bit frustrated. He put down the controller for just a second there and just stared at the screen thinking, what on earth can I do right now to make this turnaround happen, because he's about to get knocked out.
I mean, the potential is there. Going for that second neutral.
I don't know what that was.
Don't tell me that was on purpose.
Don't tell me that was on purpose. Well, I mean, if it's a misinput, that's pretty. You don't want to be misinputting into taunts.
Misinput into taunt true combo?
Either way, Cossacks trying to finish Noel off, and he still can't get it despite all the Nairs. Nice gravity cancel downlight into recovery from Noel. Noel's looking for a 3-stock right now, and Cossacks is just trying to deny that. The side air, or the side light I should say, into the weapon throw. Noel comes back down onto the stage, interrupts the signature, but can't get the gravity cancel neutral heavy.
It was held down for a split second, and that allowed the dodge to come out, and now Noel looking for the kill with the recovery. It's not going to find it. The side sig, though, is going to finish it off, and Noel with a little bit of a flag taunt there.
He's got his own flag.
Throwing off his sponsor.
And that's a 3-stock, ladies and gentlemen.
That's the second one today that we've seen. I don't know what's been going on elsewhere.
We're getting 3 stocks in top 32, guys. This is nuts.
Not something you typically expect.
Well done to Noel. Cossacks, unfortunately, gonna fall. He was, I think, one of the dark horses for this tournament, but it's not going to be his day. Instead, Noel is going to be looking to make the big lower bracket run. I don't know what we're going to be up seeing next, but definitely some great stuff coming out. There's a bracket.
It is a bracket.
We're still seeing some weird stuff going on up above, but down below, there's some stuff happening.
Well,
I don't know.
I don't know what to take from this, because we saw I throw cake. We saw.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it.
We saw TBFE. I mean, for the most part, the top 32 is correct. I don't know about the top 16, because I throw cake led into LDZ Pugsy.
Yeah, that's
which
not really
didn't
what we're
make much
looking
sense.
for. I'm gonna.
But
you can check out the Smash GG bracket at smash.gg/BCX.
That you can.
And let's see if we have any upsets. Wilson 2-0 Dykou. Okay, that's an upset. Let's see. Wilson also 2-1'd Ariel. Let's see. Doe Brain did beat out M for Mini. We got Wrenched beating Noel. We already talked about that as an upset.
I don't know how to feel about that. I'm thinking about it right now. I can see where Wilson can win that matchup.
Australia and SEA unfortunately fell.
But
let me tell you
maybe I'm
about
missing something.
the players who have been eliminated already. Lil Capt
Mm-hmm.
is not in the tournament anymore. Eram taken out by Blood Diamond in the lower bracket.
I can
Double
see that.
Dime also out. Stevenator has been taken out.
Oh,
Remy
that hurts.
is no longer in the tournament.
That's a big one. Who did he get
Remy-
eliminated by? This is something I need to
Remy
know.
is no longer in the tournament.
This
Remy
is something I need to know.
2-1'd by Dr. Phazon in upper bracket.
Really?
And then 2-0'd by Pugsy in lower bracket.
That is not something I would expect
Remy is
in the slightest. Losing to Dr. Phazon, I don't know how much he's improved.
I know we
haven't
talk
seen
about
him play.
Daiku's ego a lot, but Remy has said many times leading up to BCX that he's already won, and now he's out in top 32. In the
Maybe
meantime,
he's talking about something different. Maybe he's talking about
Kyler
how he
Alice-
already won his nap time back.
Kyler Alice also getting eliminated. Unfortunate for Australia.
Still
Fiend
making-
also getting eliminated. Unfortunate for Brazil.
Tiger still going strong?
Man, Tiger is currently fighting in the lower bracket to keep himself alive. Is that match being streamed? I feel like
I feel
no,
like it
it's
might
not.
be.
It's
No?
not.
Not right now?
It's not being streamed.
Can you
It's
not tell over
somewhere.
there?
Yeah, over there is M for Mini, and is that Crocky?
I
Something
don't
like
think.
that.
I don't
M for
think
Mini
so.
Multimum. Okay. M for
Yeah,
Mini's fighting
no, it's
Multimum
not-
on
it's
that
not
stream.
Crocky.
Main stage is Wrenched and Addy Mestic. We're waiting for a game over here, but in the meantime, we can definitely keep you guys updated on what we can see. I feel like Tiger's back there behind the crowd somewhere.
I can't actually see anything right now.
Tiger Ithro game. Oh,
Here, I'll put-
Ithro's just
I'll put my
standing.
glasses on.
No,
I'll
Ithro's got his. I don't know what Ithro's doing. Did the game end?
Oh,
the
here
game
comes-
ended. Tiger has been eliminated. Those are not going to help you see anything.
They will, actually.
Those are not going to help you see anything.
Their prescription. They will. Like, by definition, they will help me see.
Yeah, but like it's darker.
Not much.
It's
Barely.
pretty sure it's darker. Wow, a lot of upsets. A worrying number of upsets. That's welcome to.
Oh, it looks like
BCX,
M for
ladies
Mini
and gentlemen.
and who is he playing against? I can't see. Multimum just concluded. We'll find out who won that one in just a second.
I can find that out right about now.
There were no pop-offs, no real big reactions, just a quick handshake at the end.
If it's over already, I think it was M for Mini who won, which means Multimum would be out. Starlight is also out of the tournament.
Who did he lose to in the lowers?
QS.
I can see that. QS is a very
Respectable.
very good player.
Yeah, yeah.
And,
well,
and
I mean,
Starlight didn't seem like he was on his usual game today.
yeah, he was definitely not quite feeling it. I gotta tell you, man. I think the warm up, the not being able to play on Saturday, is affecting people.
Yes.
I think there are a lot
Definitely.
of people who just are getting hit by those nerves all of a sudden on a Sunday morning.
Waking up tired, not quite prepared for everything. I mean, if anything, if you're one of these top players playing today and you qualified, like you pre-qualified for the top 32,
Oh,
yep,
this is a
we're going to see
matchup.
Noel again.
Noel versus
Except this is going to be
Dykou.
Noel versus Dykou. This
in
is
the
tournament-
lower bracket.
This
yes.
is going to be a hard game to watch.
Ooh, Pugsy's just got knocked down into lower bracket. Who did he? Pugsy was playing incredible yesterday, and Pugsy was the one who took out someone big. Pugsy took out.
You got it on your phone, so I'll let you cover that.
So Pugsy's been trying to make the lower bracket work out. Now he's going to be fighting Multimum, but we're going to see Dykou Noel right now, and Oh boy, this is quite a something.
This is going to be a hard game to watch. Like, you don't want to see either one of these players get eliminated.
I can't believe one of these is going to be knocked out of the tournament for good.
It's going to hurt to watch. Although both these guys.
Both of them have trained so hard. Noel has probably risen at such a consistently linear rate. I mean, man, I beat Noel Combo Breaker 2016. I sneak that in every chance I get.
Oh, I mean, you're talking about beating Noel. I beat Noel at the first final round last year.
Look,
before he was
Noel was losing
a known
to
player.
Froned in part of the Creed in 2016. Now he's risen up. He won CEO Dreamland.
He's won a lot.
He won.
If you're gonna win, if you're gonna list his wins, you need like
Shine.
an entire printed out.
He's won so much, and now here he is in the lower bracket. Dykou, on the other hand, is a little bit more turbulent. He was the king for a long time. There's our bracket, ladies and gentlemen. He was the king for such a long time, and he's had a rocky little bit, trying to find his place. I see Pugsy and Maltimum who are watching this game. I assume we might actually see them after this. But down there, Cake and Pugsy, it says Cake and Pugsy haven't fought yet. I don't know if maybe they reverted the game and it hadn't happened yet.
No, there it is.
There it is. Yeah, okay.
Updated right now.
So Maltimum and Pugsy are going to be fighting it out.
They're waiting right there.
So
they're the next game up.
Many upsets, man.
I mean, that's what's going to be happening today.
I know that's what's going to be happening. Like, I know
it's the big day.
People are going to be eliminated,
day.
but it doesn't make it any less painful to see and any less surprising. So you can see upper bracket, I believe, has decided their top 8. And now we're just going to be seeing these lower bracket matches. We've only got
top 8
a
looking
few
like
more
it's going to
left
be
go.
SCTP Wilson going against Boomy in the very beginning. I don't know what the top part of that top 8 winners bracket was, but if you want to look that up, you can talk about that for a quick second. I didn't get a good look at it in the beginning.
Yeah, I'm trying.
I don't think that part updated quite yet.
To pull it up. Either way, I believe we're ready to get into this match. Noel versus Dykou. Right now, Dykou is playing Diana, and Noel's going to be sticking to that Asuri. Dykou right off the bat.
Very
quick
nice
ground
bow
pound.
play.
Dangerous
right
for Noel. Noel's going to retaliate in big succession. He's got a big string on Dykou, and he's going to look for that gimp, but Dykou is going to go down.
Oh, that's really unfortunate. He found the early momentum, but Noel just got a quick reversal, and just the pressure, the ground pound pressure, the anti-edge guard reversal was just so strong on his part, and now taking a huge lead off the gimp. That's going to cost Dykou a lot. He's got to figure out how to bring this back. And knowing Dykou, he's going to make it. He's going to put a lot of pressure on the table. He's going to pull a lot of momentum out. There it is. The down air coming out. Noel getting that weapon touch. He's going to go on to the other side. Can Dykou stop him? No. Noel is going to get the recovery off. Touch that wall. Get back on the stage. Now it's going to go back to neutral.
Good dares coming out from Dykou. He's got to be able to make this back, and that recovery is going to send him flying, but it's not going to be enough. He still can't get the kill. The gravity kill, the side stick, however, is going to make it happen, and he brings back that first stock very quickly.
Inefficiently, to say the least, as well, because he took very little damage that whole time. Now Noel finding a weapon. It's back to neutral, back to the respecting slowness that a lot of these players have been reverting to. Dykou and Noel going at it. Neutral light coming out, ground pound coming out as well. Noel looking for the neutral sig option to find the gimp, but no, we're sighting onto the other side of the edge. And now the ground pound onto the bottom. Noel getting his second stock taken off, and now Dykou finding his footing a little bit.
Dykou's been throwing out some incredible ground pounds today. He just keeps landing them on Noel. And Noel, of all people, who is so good at not being abused by like the same moves. Noel is very good at seeing his opponent using sort of the same options and trying to get around it. But Dykou's speed with those ground pounds is so great. Noel is just not having the time to react.
And now with some more of those throw, chase, dodge combos. Oh, bonking his head twice. That's going to be really unfortunate. And that's the game going to Dykou.
Noel has got to be feeling bad about that.
What just
hits his head at the bottom. They're going to go right into game 2. And now Noel really needs to be careful about that. He got that early gimp, but Dykou, I think, was looking stronger throughout that game. He was getting the hits on Noel. He was getting the reads on Noel. And here we go into game 2. Dykou versus Noel. No character swaps. No map swaps. We're going back to Mammoth Fortress between these two.
Dykou already off the bat looking for another start where
Noel,
he tries to go for a gimp on Noel.
Well, more than anything, Noel just ran off stage. I think Noel's in a bit of an interesting spot. He needs to be able to get those quick hits on Dykou because he's seeing Dykou win in the neutral. But let me tell you something. Don't sleep on Dykou in the edge guard. Dykou keeps landing them. Noel, he can't do it.
You would know.
I would. He's hitting the push-off columns.
I was waiting for it. Dykou going for another ground pound, another one. Noel trying to get the guitar play to work. It's just he's finding stuff that is working, but Dykou has just been so dang successful, pushing Noel off onto the side, getting those push-off column ground pounds. Look at that again, another one.
The jump, the dash jump into fast fall ground pound, such a powerful. If I'm correct, it's more of an X pivot ground pound too. You get a slight bit of movement when you do that X pivot on the bow ground pound. Dash jump, fast fall, X pivot ground pound. Very powerful option. We saw Effie use it before, and now we're seeing Effie's partner Dykou use it.
And this is a potential Noel. This is a potential Noel elimination right now because he's on his last stock. Dykou still hasn't lost his first one. Noel has no weapon, and he has no good way to get back on stage. But no, the reversal ground pound, the spot dodge coming out and straight into a ground pound. That's going to be huge for him.
Noel saw that one coming. He baited that out, if anything. I think he knew Dykou had been
definitely,
a lot
100%.
of success. But let me tell you something. I haven't seen anyone land this many bow ground pounds since LDZ last year. Like, it's incredible the success rate he's been having.
Noel's really slowing down his play quite a bit. He's looking for a lot of these pattern reads onto Dykou, where Daikou's started doing a lot of the same stuff. He's going to have to figure out something a little bit different if he wants to confirm this last kill onto Noel and move on to the next round. But right now, Noel doing a great job at just slowing himself down, looking for a lot of these patterns that Daikou's pulling out. Not really finding a lot of good options at the moment, but something could change.
I mean, what a spot dodge from Noel, avoiding that side sig. That had to be perfect frame timing because that side sig lasts a good amount of time and he didn't have that much dodge to work with. Now Noel is looking to get the stock evening on Dykou. He's done a really good job at racking up the damage, but Daikou's got him in deep red. That neutralite almost killing. Daikou's going to be looking for a hit on Noel. He's not doing ground pounds, though, because he knows Noel is going to try to bait those out. Instead, the recovery is going to do it. You can hear the cheer from the crowd. Dykou is going to move into the bracket. Noel has been eliminated from BCX.
That's huge.
What a statement.
How are we getting all these top tier, how are we getting all these players down in the lower bracket?
What a tournament.
What is going on?
Top 32.
What are we missing?
What is happening?
What's happening? What's happening, man?
It's going good. It's going very good.
It's exciting. Today's a pretty awesome day so far, and we're just going to see even more games come up soon. Like we were talking about a little bit earlier, Multimum and Pugsy is going to be a big game that is going to happen somewhere. I don't see them right now, so it's probably not going to be here.
In the meantime, in the upper bracket, Addy Mestic has beaten out Wrenched. Boomy is currently fighting Wilson on main stage. Isidru and Doe Brain are going to duke it out. Effie and LDZ are going to duke it out.
Yep.
That's the match
that's
I want to see.
That's going to be a big match.
LDZ, who won BCX last year, who's been very consistent. He 2-0'd Pugsy. He 2-0'd Dr. Phazon. He's not feeling the pressure. That being said, Effie's been on a roll too. He 2-0'd Multimum. He 2-0'd TB. So Effie and LDZ is, I'm going to call it, the match to look out for. If we figure out where it's going to happen, it could happen on any of the three.
Who's playing up there right now?
No, that's Boomy and Wilson.
Okay.
But I'm letting you guys know. Look at all three streams. Always make sure you're up to date.
Actually, you don't even need multiple monitors to have them all open. Just make really small windows.
It's incredible. All the games happening right now are top tier. They're all incredible. You never know which stream is going to have the match you're looking for. So have all those streams open. Make sure you're keeping up with the bracket on smash.gg/BCX.
I mean, we just run through all the through all the streams right now, and that's the Twitch.tv/Brawlhalla, Twitch.tv/BitFuTeki, and this one. I mean, if you're already here, then you already know what it is. It's Data FGC.
That is correct.
And over there, that looks like.
Figure out who's over there.
Well, let me put my glasses
Blood
on. I'll
Diamond?
tell you. That is
that's
Blood Diamond.
QS and Blood Diamond.
Yep,
Okay.
that's Blood Diamond.
So
over there.
QS and Blood Diamond are fighting it out on Bifuteki. And then main stage is Wilson and Boomy.
Wilson, of course, playing Queen Naya, looks like. A long-time character.
We're waiting for a matchup over here, but we could get any of Isidru, Doe Brain, LDZ, Effie. We could get Multimum Pugsy, which I thought is what we were going to get, but perhaps not. You can see a crowd.
Yeah, there's a crowd over there. It must be a big game.
I see
so
Ithro sitting down. Yeah, that's Ithro currently fighting Dr. Phazon, who Dr. Phazon took out Remy.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible. He did get knocked down in the lower bracket by LDZ, but, you know, that's LDZ for you.
Well?
Man, I'm still blown away by the things happening right now. It's kind of nuts.
There's a lot going on and a lot to take in, and it's still insane to consider the fact that Noel, one of the best players in NA all year, just got taken out.
What a huge turn of events.
It's insane.
It's crazy.
It's insane.
It's absolutely nuts.
But that's today. You're going to be seeing a lot of these biggest names. There can only be one winner, so 99% of these players are going to be eliminated. And it feels bad to say that. It feels really bad, but that's just the case.
Waiting on our next matchup, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go away. I mean, you can
There's matches. There's two matches going on right now.
Go to the other tab. Don't like close this. We're not done. We're gonna have more matches here.
We're just waiting on the next one to show up. I think there are 2 games going underway right now, aside from the ones on stream. So we're just waiting for the conclusion to those. And then as soon as that happens, they'll get sent over here. But in the meantime, what else we got planned today? I mean, we're going through the 1v1 top 32. After this, I believe
2v2 top 8.
2v2 top 8, then 2v2 top 4, 3,
which is part
2,
of top
1.
8. It's really just 2 hours.
I mean,
4 hours of 2v2 top 8.
Looking at our bracket, or our schedules today, it does separate the time frames. I don't know if they were going to do a commentator switch during that time. But
yes, there will be a commentator switch
between
on
top
main
8.
stage.
I think it is going to be from Duke and Sparky opening today with
we don't
top.
gotta spoil the casters. It'll be a surprise.
Okay. We'll find out.
Boomy takes game number 1 from Wilson. Was that game number 1 or game number 2?
Game number 1.
Probably game number 1.
Because they're going back into it right now.
Yeah, unless
And
Wilson
they
won
didn't-
game number 1, and
No.
then Boomy took game number 2.
That was game number 1.
It's possible.
So, let's what are you gonna have for lunch today?
Dude, I don't know. I'm just gonna find out after this top 32, I guess, because I have a little bit of time while 2v2 top 8's going on.
I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run over to Buffalo Wild Wings, get like a chicken wrap, get it with a
Sounds
little bit of like a little bit of a dry rub.
Pretty good idea.
I don't know how you've been to Buffalo Wild Wings, right? Have you ever had their buffalo chips?
The
They're
only
pretty
thing
good.
I ever have from Buffalo Wild Wings are buffalo wings.
You don't get the buffalo chips? It's
Nope.
like it's basically like potato discs.
Only the wings. So there's our bracket, by
They
the
have
way.
good wings.
Wrench Daddy. Addy has
actually
confirmed
had 'em
himself
in a
into
long
top
time, though,
8.
'cause I was good
Addy's
for
the first person to confirm himself into top 8. Isidru. Oh, wait, Isidru. Isidru beat Tiger and Cake. That's pretty crazy. He's been using Ulgrim. Isidru is rocking the Ulgrim, making it work. Addy's on Val, as expected. Effie is going to be fighting LDZ, which is I'm just so excited to watch. It's going to be crazy. Wilson is duking it out with Boomy already on stage, and Boomy's so far been doing a little bit better. And then going down, QS and Blood Diamond are currently fighting on Bifuteki. Blood Diamond taking the first game. Multimum and Pugsy. I don't know if they're currently fighting anywhere.
I think they are. I think that's one of the matches going on.
I think the crowd right now is Dr. Phase on Ithro. I don't think they have two crowd matches.
There's PCs on either side.
There are,
and
but
there
I
are
mean, I see
people on
Tybo on the other side.
Oh yeah, and he's not on the.
I mean,
top
I'm
52.
just sort of like looking to see if I can spot Multimum or Pugsy, and I don't see them. So
I don't have
maybe
my
they are
glasses
sitting
on
down.
right now, so I actually can't tell what's going on over there.
It could be.
So you
could
can
be
tell me what's
somewhere.
going on.
I see a Dykou. I see Marshall, Eram, a bunch of people. Stevenator. There's Wrenched, but no Multimum or Pugsy. They could be sitting in the crowd. They could be walking around. Who even knows?
Well, we also are waiting for, I think, top 16 for 1v1s, because I think that's a separate scheduled portion of the day, is top 16. So it could be that this is approaching that point.
Wait, what?
Isn't
No.
top 16
We go top 32 to
hold
top
on.
8. There is no top 16. We are going down to
remember
top
that.
8 right now. Addy is one of the people in top 8. He's already played his top 16 match. He played it. He beat Wrenched.
I believe you, but what am I thinking of right now?
I could not tell you. Boomy, nice gravity cancel side stick. He's about to beat out Wilson. Can I just like cast the main stage game from here?
I mean, do you want to try? You want to do it? You want to try
I
to
mean,
do
the
a voice only
the game's
cast?
about to end. Boomy, looking at that sidelight, almost finding that neutral stick, gets the throw down,
almost.
picks up the bow, and almost gets the recovery. Wilson, oh, there's a nair that's not quite going to kill Wilson.
The
Wilson,
recovery, not quite finding a finish as well. Down sig.
he's struggling a little bit to find this kill, but
Yeah, but I mean,
Wilson's
you're
there it
going to
is.
struggle
That's
against a 9. There it is, finding the kill. It's going to be.
Boomy 2-0's Wilson.
Yeah.
Boomy's
Two
looking
ticks.
pretty good. I was wondering how he'd fare against Cossacks to begin with, and the following matches. I mean, every match is difficult, but looks like he's making it work either way. Look at this Duke and Sparky. I know those people.
This is what we've devolved to.
We don't have a
Casting the
match.
main stage.
We're casting the main stage. ladies and gentlemen.
We're waiting for the match to come up. I mean, every single match is good right now, and you can usually tell what's going on by who's standing around who. A lot of people sitting at the Bitfuteki stream, of course, as Blood Diamond and QS fight it out. And it looks like someone's got someone off on the edge. It's all a big blur to me, except for the stage. So you can tell them what's going on over there. I can actually see the main stage because of the screen is so big.
I can see what's happening, but I don't know who's who. They're both using black skins. I can tell you that much, which makes it even harder to figure out which one's which. I think that's a Hattori and a Bodvar.
I think QS is Bodvar. QS mains Bodvar in most of his games. He's been playing it ever since he's started.
Blood Diamond on Hattori makes sense.
Yeah. Blood Diamond's been playing Hattori.
All right, well, I can't tell you how many stocks they have, but I can tell you the Bodvar's got a lot of damage on the Hattori, considering one dare really sent him flying. Oh, that's a kill. I don't know who killed who. Bodvar, okay, Bodvar killed the Hattori. So
I can't see anything, so.
QS takes a stock. I don't know which stock. Okay, Bodvar's taking a lot of damage because he lit up red. So QS is about to
It's off stage right now.
also
Oh,
take the stock on
coast
Bodvar.
to coast. Fighting in the center.
Oh, look, there's Multum and Pugsy. Okay, I don't think they fought, unless they just finished. I'm going to check the bracket. Multum and Pugsy.
Well, Multimum is walking towards the door, so
He is leaving. He is on his way to his flight. No, I don't actually know
he's
that.
not leaving. What?
He's getting out of here after having lost. There's a decent chance Pugsy just won.
Yep.
I can't.
Because Pugsy's still standing in the middle of everything. Multimum was moving towards the door. Unless he has to do something like use the bathroom, I don't think he won that game.
Wilson is here. Wilson, who just lost to Boomy, means he's going to be fighting Pugsy. Oh, Pugsy won. Pugsy beats Multimum, and now he's going to be fighting Wilson.
I'm not surprised.
So Wilson's got a pretty good track record today. He beat Dykou. Wilson beat Dykou, and then lost to Boomy. And he
sitting
also
right in front of
beat
me right
Ariel.
now,
Yeah, I'm aware.
wiggling his eyebrows.
Pugsy, on the other hand, lost an early game to LDZ, but he's been making the lower bracket run work. He beat Remy. He beat Cake. He beat Multimum, and now he's fighting up against Wilson. I think Pugsy's got a stronger sort of winning streak going on. Wilson getting beat out by Boomy. He did pretty good in the upper bracket, but this is definitely going to be a tough match for him.
I mean, we can talk about Pugsy a little bit because we haven't seen him play pretty much at all this entire year, and now coming to
in
BCX
the entire
and
year,
then
but in 2v2,
performing exceptionally well.
he's been making it work with Eram. Like, Pugsy Eram, the dynamic duo that no one saw coming. It's pretty amazing. On stage right now, there's LDZ and Effie. Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. That's all I got to say about that.
That's gonna be a fun game to watch. Just as fun though as
our sponsors, Scepter and Azio.
It's gonna be as fun as our sponsors.
Yeah. What are you talking about? You don't like using
I mean,
curved monitors?
fun-
That's fun. Using
Fun
a
is just
curved
a-
monitor
it's
is
just-
fun.
I mean, I would just use something more general, as like
Click-
awesome or.
Click, click, clacking on a keyboard. That's fun.
It's pretty fun.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
Getting
about.
that tactile.
And Astro, who's provided headphones for the players
Mhm.
to drown out the sounds of cheering and booing. There hasn't actually been any booing.
Not really, no.
This is the Brawlhalla community.
We're pretty
nice
nice.
here. We're not booing people. You know? Shout out to Stevenator
For being awesome.
for being awesome. He's awesome. He knows it.
He's shaking his head, but he knows it.
He knows it. We're just waiting on Pugsy and Wilson to get their set up.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just making sure your stuff works, getting your controls if you need to change any. Button check just in case. And you get right into it. And Pugsy versus Wilson should be a pretty good match.
Is
We're
it
gonna
a
see some
little
knife.
weird?
Do you know who Pugsy's been playing?
Who Pugsy's been playing? I can tell you, but I don't know off the top of my head. Pugsy has been playing Diana. Yep, nothing but Diana. No character swaps, no nothing.
We've seen a lot of people
Diana
play Diana.
Banana.
Boomy and Dykou have both been playing exclusively Diana.
Yeah, a lot of Diana. I can see someone on stage with the Diana.
Probably
although
LDZ.
those are button checks. I'll see if LDZ sticks with the Diana.
If LDZ is playing Bo, it's probably Diana.
So Diana's the character to play, apparently.
Last year was Ragnar, now it's Diana.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, it was not just Ragnar, I guess. It was Ragnar and Koji for the most part.
Guns with Dash is a lot of fun.
It is. It's really good, especially in twos.
Especially in twos, but apparently also in ones.
Mhm.
And then Bo is Bo, dude. It's been so consistent. It's starting to become the new Sword in terms of consistency. Like, Sword's always sort of been good. I think Bo's always been good.
The big complaint a while back was that Sword was so good at everything. It wasn't the jack of all trades, master of none. It was just the master of all trades. And now that that's been brought down a bit, we're seeing the rise of Bo and the diagonal pressure that it can apply, the great gimping potential it brings to the table as well. It's a powerhouse.
Yep. And here we go. Wilson versus Pugsy. Diana up against... Is Wilson playing Nye?
Wilson's playing that. It's his main character. He's
Yeah.
been playing it forever.
He's been playing it for a while.
A long, long time. I don't remember him switching off of Nye this year at all, I think.
Nye, yeah, okay. So it's going to be Diana and Nye. And I don't think that's going to change no matter who wins or loses any given game. And I assume they're doing some button checks.
Mhm.
Yes, Pugsy playing Bodvar. That's definitely how we expected that to go.
I like those haymakers you just started throwing out. Very fashionable.
Side heavies are nice. Side heavies are definitely an interesting move that you don't see very often. But when it kills, it's just like, man, oh man. That's got some force packing to it.
All right, so we're going to be seeing them pick out their characters, get started, and get the match underway. It's going to be STTP Wilson on Nye and Pugsy on Diana.
3, 2.
And here we go. Pugsy immediately picking up the first weapon, gets the guns. I want to see what Pugsy's guns look like, because we've seen Effie's incredibly powerful guns. Can Pugsy match that insane speed, movement, and option selection?
We'll see right now. Wilson trying to get the spear to work, but he's going to be losing his weapon. Pugsy going for the throw combo. Picks up a bow as well off of that. STP Wilson finding the guitars as well, and now getting a nice dodge sidelight to get the approach option onto Pugsy. Pugsy now just looking for the neutral damage, as Wilson more than happy to play the patient game.
Yeah, definitely a bit of a slower pace here than some of the other matches. We saw Pugsy with a gravity cancel down sig, barely catching Wilson. It's not going to be enough. Wilson still had his recovery, and at least Pugsy got to tack on a little bit more damage. Could have been extremely dangerous for Wilson if it had managed to whip him under the stage instead of bouncing him off of it.
Nice down light into neutral sig combo from Wilson. Side sigs coming out from Wilson, looking for the kill onto Pugsy. He's looking for those sig options for the kill. Neutral sig is not quite going to do it, but the weapon throw coming out, adding a little bit more pressure onto Pugsy. Pugsy, taking advantage of the fact that Wilson decided to go for that kill, and now with the guns, he's not going to connect the down air, and that would have probably killed Wilson in that scenario. But Pugsy doing a great job at avoiding the subsequent signature moves from Wilson, and now throwing Wilson coast to coast with these gun side airs. And that's just 9 for you. Queen 9 never die, and it's just a part of the character. And there's a side air, and it finally is going to get that KO onto Wilson as Pugsy continues weapon starving. And Wilson, all he needs to do is look for a unarmed sidelight, honestly. Not too much, not too complex. But Pugsy is going to look like he's going to extend it just a little bit. That stock is going to get a little bit of work out of it as he puts Wilson in the yellow. And Wilson more than happy to just dance around and get some light damage off before Pugsy can get his guns.
Pugsy with some nice nairs going on. Getting in the hits, downlights coming out, trying to find Wilson. Wilson's going to retaliate with his own weapon, with his own signatures, I should say. A lot of 6 coming out from Wilson up against Pugsy. It's been fairly effective in general, but Pugsy's still got a little bit of a lead against Wilson. He's being very patient against those signatures. Isn't able to punish that down sig.
Now swapping to the bow from guns. I mean, he was looking really good on guns, but he swapping to the bow. I think he's going to have a better chance of finding kill options just like that. The ground pound coming up, getting that kill off the bottom, and now Wilson on his last stock in this game 1. Pugsy doing a good job at holding that weapon spawn, but Wilson is going to find it's going to be the spear, and the spear now going to give him a little bit of extra range in those hard, long-range kill options in the SIGs, because he does have Pugsy in the red. But Pugsy doing a great job at extending the stock out. But how long is it going to last now?
Well, Pugsy's done a really good job so far at avoiding dying. His movement back onto the stage has been extremely good. He's been patient against Wilson. He's been able to land the signatures he needs. A bit of a greedy gravity cancel side sig play there, but he already got him in the red. And so, Wilson getting the throw into the nair. Gonna be looking for a way to rack up the damage on Pugsy, the deficit that he's at. And so far his way is weapon starve Pugsy. He hasn't allowed Pugsy to pick up a weapon yet. Manages to nair in time to prevent Pugsy from getting the next weapon. And it's been really effective so far. I can absolutely see Wilson turning this game around completely just by weapon starving Pugsy, as Pugsy just struggles to get anything. Finally picks up the guns. He's got a weapon now, but it's even damage. Both of these players, he definitely have a great shot at taking out the other.
And we're seeing a lot slower play from both of these players as Wilson tries to just pressure Pugsy and force these punishes on certain movements, on certain whiffs. But the side stick coming out, it's not going to kill. Pugsy trying to hold that edge.
It's a very
now
good
swapping
option.
Positions. Wilson might have a little bit of an advantage right there, but Pugsy's still able to find some options. Wilson, no weapon now, but it's not going to... Ooh. You saw him throw the stick out, but it didn't get any time to come out. That side air punishing, and Pugsy's going to take game number 1 against Wilson.
I mean, what a chain of events at the end there. He went for that side stick that really pushed Wilson out. And then Wilson, who threw away his weapon, tried to pick it back up, wasn't able to, and because he lacked the weapon, Pugsy was able to be a little bit more aggressive and get the kill he needed. Going into game 2 now, Pugsy has that 1 game advantage. Going to be looking to take out Wilson. Wilson, I think, has recognized a pretty good strategy in weapon-starving Pugsy. Right now, though, he's trying to fight Pugsy unarmed. It's not really working out in his favor. He's got the spear now, but I think the weapon starting is going to be a pivotal part of this game too.
Pugsy getting a lot of damage built up onto Wilson already. 30 seconds into the match. Taking advantage of those long range down light combos. But Wilson getting a nice turnaround in the down throw combo. Down throw into neutral light. And now Pugsy swapping places. It's just chipping between both of these players. Wilson looking for a kill option. The side light coming up, but it's not going to connect. And Pugsy looking for the follow-up.
Wilson's done a really good job so far at the chip damage. Like, he hasn't been getting the huge strings, but he's consistently been getting a lot more hits in this first stock than Pugsy has. And Pugsy's struggling just a little bit against Wilson, who really has changed it up a bit. There's a lot more weapon throws. There's a little bit more unarmed. Pugsy's going to need to find his footing now. And the edge guard isn't going to be it. Wilson, who's fallen before to these Pugsy edge guards, is looking a lot stronger in the neutral game. Almost dies there as he bongs his head with the recovery at the bottom of the stage. Fortunately for him, barely able to take it out with that dodge. And neither player has lost their first stock yet.
I think Pugsy actually lost the opportunity to get the gimp onto Wilson in that situation because he went for the ground pound a little too early. If he had let Wilson try to use his second jump to get back to the wall first, he might have had it there. But I think getting it off too early, Wilson still had his jump, he still had his dodge, he still had the options, and that might have cost him.
Good carrying Wilson upward. Pugsy's taken so much damage. Wilson is struggling to get this kill, but finally is going to with that recovery. Now even stocks, Wilson's taken just a little bit of damage.
Pugsy's looking at that weapon hungrily. He does find it. Wilson, though, is going to be punishing him for picking it up. The neutral light into recovery. Now the turnaround, Pugsy holding the edge guard, getting the ground pound, and that's going to be a huge force coming out. Wilson cannot recover from that. Now he's on his last stock. If he loses this, he is eliminated.
Looking a little bit like Dykou there.
BCX 1v1s.
Getting that nice dash jump fast fall into ground pound. Maybe we can see a little bit more of that in the future, but right now it may not be necessary. He is only in the yellow damage. Wilson is looking to get a leg back up on Pugsy, but Pugsy is just really strong in the anti-air department, preventing Wilson from getting his foot on the ground and feeling comfortable. Finally, Wilson gets back in the neutral game, and Pugsy's off stage, but he's taken a lot of damage. In the meantime, Pugsy's looking very strong. Got Wilson in the red. The dare's going to send Wilson flying. Can Pugsy get another one? The side air is going to do it, and he takes the set 2-0.
And Pugsy moves on. And that is going to be the end of STTP Wilson in the BCX 1v1s. Who does Pugsy potentially go up against?
I'm not sure.
Because I don't know
yet.
if the match that leads into is done yet. I just want to say potential just in case.
Right.
And also we can find out.
Oh.
I don't know if you noticed.
It's going to be, well, first of all, Pugsy is now qualified for top 8. So we won't be seeing him for, a few hours, at least in 1v1. But he's going to be fighting the winner of Effie Dykou. Which is so painful.
Oh, no. So that means LDZ beat Effie.
LDZ did beat Effie,
in winner's bracket. So that means LDZ is going to be moving into top 8
Effie and Dykou are going to have to take each other out.
That's the 2v2 team.
That's the 2v2 team.
How do you go from that pressure, playing together all the first day?
Oh, no.
Qualifying in, making sure both of you get into top 32 for 1v1s. And now the team, the 2v2 team that has practiced so much together, that has spent so much time together, not even playing in person here at BCX, just spending time together. They've been almost hand in hand. Wherever one goes, the other one's right there.
Oh.
And so now they have to play each other for their tournament survivability. And someone could argue that could have been the case at any point, but it kind of hurts to see it before top 8.
It really does. It really does. Now, I do want to make a couple other quick call-outs. QS has been knocked out of the tournament. Blood Diamond did beat QS. He's going to be waiting for the loser of Isidru Doe Brain, who I believe are fighting right now on Bifuteki.
Mm-hmm.
Are they?
I think they are. I think this is going to be
Are they
just about it. I think these upcoming matches are going to be the last matches we will be seeing.
Don't worry about that.
Did your lanyard just come apart? It didn't break, did it?
It didn't break. It didn't break.
Okay.
I just like pulled it on too hard.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't look like.
The Doe Brain's on stage right now, on main stage.
Yeah, that doesn't look like what on earth happened here?
I think these are going to be some of the last matches going on because at top 8, that is when the top 32 will conclude, and it will move towards the 2v2 top 8. And then we'll be seeing 2v2 all day. Well, not all day, but we're going to be seeing 2v2 for the next 4-ish hours.
Yeah, that's Dr. Phase on Hyper Hero.
Okay,
So,
well, there you go.
Isidru Doe Brain haven't played yet. I'm pretty sure they'll play on main stage after. Oh, they're playing right now. No,
Yeah.
I'm not talking about. Who am I thinking of? Yeah. Isidru Doe Brain on main stage.
Yeah,
Dr. Phase on Hyper
that's who's
Hero.
going right now.
And
I think those are those the last 2 games to determine. Are those the last 2 games to determine top 8?
No. There's a lot more games. So
Are
the
there?
winner of Dr. Phase on Hyper Hero is going to fight Wrenched, and that's going to decide that top 8. The winner of Effie Dykou is going to go into top 8.
And that's going to determine
And
who
then-
fights against Pugsy.
And then the loser of Doe Brain and his opponent, Isidru,
Oh,
Doe Brain
no.
and Isidru, is going to fight Blood Diamond. That's going to decide that top 8. So we still got quite a few matches.
I see Dykou standing over there talking to some people.
Yeah. Dykou is prepping himself
know.
to fight his teammate.
He doesn't. From his movements, he looks kind of sullen.
He looks solid?
Yeah, you know, like kind of like down.
I don't... He's just talking to people.
I don't know. He's got his head down a bit.
His
He's
head
not.
is-
He's not doing.
He's talking to someone shorter than him.
He's expressive.
yes,
when
his head is down.
he's expressive when he talks to people.
Zaloxi's a short guy.
Alright, fine. Just kill everything, I say then.
No.
Oh, man,
Look,
that's,
Daiku's my guy. He's not feeling down. He's feeling pumped.
He was looking pretty dark earlier when he was playing Noel.
He's feeling pumped. Did you see how pumped he was at the end of that?
At the end of that, sure.
Yeah.
When you
He
get a
can't-
win, you
he
get
can't
pumped.
let out. No, he cannot let out his emotions before the end of the game. Okay, that's the Dykou way. Doe Brain is currently playing Ulgrim on main stage.
Yeah.
Is he Ulgrim doing Isidru? Is that real?
Yeah.
Wow, what a time to be alive. Who won game 1? Okay, that's game 1.
Yeah.
So the game that's going to be on here, the last game we're going to be seeing is Blood Diamond versus the loser of Doe Brain and Isidru, which means we're just sitting tight until Doe Brain and Isidru finish.
Mm-hmm. And those are both of the games that are going on right now. Blood Diamond and Isidru. Or Doe Brain. It could be Doe Brain.
Could be Doe Brain. So Doe Brain takes the... Was that the first stock?
That was.
Yeah, I think
the
Doe
first
Brain's
stock.
doing really well. Doe Brain is only in yellow. They've got almost even damage, but Doe Brain's taking the first stock against Isidru. Looks like Doe Brain's Ulgrim mirror seems to be working out in his favor. What has Doe Brain been playing today? Tell you right now. Doe
I
Brain's
want to
been
say it's
playing
been Scythe. but-
Mordex
Yep.
and Ulgrim.
So
It's
he's
interesting. Against
So he's
Double
actually
Dime?
been playing Ulgrim.
Oh, yeah. Against Double Dime, it's been just Ulgrim. And then against M for Mini, it was specifically Mordex. So he's got, like, character picks for certain people in mind. He knows what he's doing with this Ulgrim pick against Isidru.
Mm-hmm. And Isidru, what has he been playing today? Because I'm not really sure.
Oh, Isidru's very
he's-
Ulgrim heavy. It's nothing but Ulgrim
Okay.
from Isidru.
Because he's been changing his character selections a lot. His main picks.
Has he really, though?
Yeah. He used to be an Orion main, and then he was not really maining anything for the longest time.
Like, my earliest memory of Isidru was Roland Lance Nares. Literally,
That was a long time ago.
So in my head, he's always been playing Lance.
Well, maybe.
Orion's Lance. Yeah, Roland Lance, Orion
But
Lance,
he stopped
Ulgrim
playing Lance for a while.
Do you really ever stop playing Lance?
Yeah. Yeah,
No.
you do.
Once you play Lance,
You play
you're-
other things too.
You are a Lance.
I don't think that's true either. I don't think you become a lance.
I think you do.
Maybe in Cossacks. Maybe for Cossacks, yes.
Whoa.
So someone just
Double Dime lost? Wait, Double Dime's not in it.
no, he's already out.
Who just...
Well, let's find out.
I don't know what Dr. Phazon or Hyper Hero look like from a distance, so I cannot tell you.
I know
who
what
won
Hyper
that
Hero
game.
looks like, but I don't know who won that match. I want
I
to
just see
say
a happy Double Dime.
I want to say it was Dr. Phazon. Everyone's surrounded around Dr. Phazon right now, so I think he took it down against
If you
Hyper Hero.
insist, I don't know what Dr. Phazon looks like.
Do you know what Hyper Hero looks like? He's walking away. He's yeah.
Okay,
no,
okay.
Hyper Hero's out.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Dr. Phazon takes it.
Oh,
2-1.
Dr. Phazon's looking really good today.
He really is.
He's
I mean,
looking
Dr.
really
Phazon
good today.
beat out Remy in upper bracket. Like what?
Very surprising.
He beat out Ithro in lower bracket. Who did he get sent down into lower bracket by? Not Ithro. Dr. Phazon. Okay, LDZ. LDZ. If you're gonna lose to anyone, I feel like LDZ is the one you wanna lose to. Okay, so that means Dr. Phazon is gonna be fighting Wrenched. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, I just totally missed who won the first game between Doe Brain and Isidru. But someone switched to Bryn.
Give it a second, and it'll update on the bracket.
Isidru switched to Bryn, so I'm telling you right now, Doe Brain won game 1. He was looking very strong in game 1.
I don't know.
So it makes sense.
He could have won and then felt like
He could have, but I don't
You
think
can,
so.
you can still
I don't-
win and say I don't
You
really feel
can?
that comfortable on this
but I
pick
don't
still.
think so. You can, but I don't think so.
I don't know. I've seen it before, but in all likelihood, that is the possibility that Isidru
Doe Brain
is
won
down
game
again.
1. Yep.
Okay, there you go. That was the second thing I was going to say. Is just wait for the
Yeah. The overlay.
just wait for the overlay. So Doe Brain up game 1, playing Ulgrim in game 1 versus Ulgrim with Isidru.
I'm glad I didn't even bother doing fantasy, because I
Was
wonder
there
how...
fantasy?
They're doing fantasy, right?
I don't think so. I never heard anything
was
about
a
a
fantasy?
fantasy pick. I think that was only for the championship series.
Aw. Well, anyway, if there had been fantasy, I think most people's brackets would have been wrecked by Remy.
Oh yeah, I would have originally assumed that Remy would have made it.
I would have put
Into
Remy
top
high.
8.
I would have put LDZ pretty low.
I would have put LDZ low, and I would have put Remy in top 8. I would probably see LDZ making it to top 16 or top 8 originally in a
nuts.
fantasy pick, but I would have seen Noel maybe in lower bracket making it into top 8 though.
Doe Brain and Isidru are really duking it out right now. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. Dr. Phazon and Rinch are going at it right now.
Yeah, Dr. Phazon would have not have been in my fantasy at all.
That's another name that's just
Like, I'm
out
sorry,
of nowhere.
but never would have seen that coming.
So Blood Diamond waiting on Doe Brain and Isidru.
Dykou's still going pretty strong. I have confidence in Dykou, but man, taking out Effie, that's just gonna be sad.
I'm just kind of watching the game we're both watching the game on the main stage
Yeah.
as spectators, sort of. Not even really making too many comments about it either. It's just kind of a crazy game right now. I'm watching Isidru. He picked out Bryn as his secondary, so playing Axe, Spear, doing pretty decently, getting a
Yeah.
lot of damage in.
Oh, yeah.
But Doe Brain is just dash dancing all over the place.
I mean, basically...
Oh, very nice string from Isidru.
This
Wow.
is Isidru's first, like, solid lead.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a big damage deficit on Doe Brain. Doe Brain's gonna have to switch to the Lance. Hey, what's up? We're just watching,
We're watching other
main
streams.
stage.
We're doing some voice cast.
Well, I mean...
And now we're
not
now
really
we're talking to
casting.
admins.
We're just
What
talking.
is this? What have we come to?
We're chatting. It's good times. Anyone who's watching the stream right now, they're having a good time. Basically. Doe Brain. Ooh, he's going for the weapon throws. I think he's doing a lot more weapon guarding right now against Isidru. Is that going to be the game plan? Well, Isidru's just going to get a lance or a spear.
He's gonna look for the no recovery. That's usually a place where you go for either a recovery or like a stall ground pound. But
Isidru did a side sig, which Doe Brain definitely could have punished, but he'd already started his recovery. Like he was in the middle of his jump recovery. Pretty unfortunate. They're both so deep red in their second stocks.
Is that Doe Brain's second stock? I didn't see him get taken out.
That's Doe Brain's second stock.
Okay. And now dancing across the stage, both of them playing very carefully.
You could see the side heavy. If Isidru had done a side light, it probably would have killed Doe Brain. He went for a side heavy instead, and now he's dead.
Starlight, a very underrated move for finding kill options.
Yeah, it really is. A lot of people.
It's extremely strong, and it comes out quick. It has a lot of force behind it, and it's very linear. So it's going to get this. It's going to be the shortest path.
I think he thought Doe Brain was going to dash back,
wall.
and he wanted something with more range, but instead Doe Brain just sort of threw his weapon, and that's the opportunity gone. Either way, both of the players are now in last stock. This is a crazy close game.
And that's something to be said about Isidru, because if he's playing this well against Doe Brain in the winner's bracket, that's extremely impressive on his part to make it this far.
Oh my God! Oh, Doe Brain's about to lose game 2.
Is he really?
At this rate.
I mean, he has the ability to bring this back. We've seen him. Oh, he just got side aired.
Nope.
Now weapon throw, snipe way off onto the side. You can actually hear. I don't know if you can hear it on our end because it's on the other end of the venue, but everyone just went off at that. Everyone was excited to see it.
Look, they're having a little conversation.
Yeah, everyone's friends in this community. Well, most people are friends in this community.
I wouldn't say everyone.
I know. When I said everyone, I know you had some thoughts, but
Doe Brain is thinking. He is a thinking man. He's got his glasses. We don't see glasses Doe Brain enough, dude.
I don't know. If someone looks at their main Brawlhalla stream tab right now and they see Doe Brain looking like this, I want to see a GIF of just numbers and math equations flashing all over the screen. Because he's thinking in like frames.
Ooh, Mordex. He's bringing back the Mordex.
I mean, the swap to Bryn from Isidru. I mean, I feel like if he's playing these two picks of Ulgrim and Mordex, these are two completely separate characters with two different stat lines, two different weapon sets. They're going to allow for different play styles, counter plays against different weapons. For Scythe, I mean, you're going to find probably counterplay for a lot of the spear play. You're going to be able to outrange Axe, Sidelight.
Right. I think against
that's
the Axe,
going to be big.
big.
That's going to be big because that's where Isidru seemed to be finding a majority of his success.
Yeah.
It was Sidelight setup combos.
Also, I think Isidru has to stop using those side sigs more because Doe Brain's always outranging them. Not that one though.
Except that he just got.
It's a side sig from neutral.
A huge hit, but the gauntlet play from Doe Brain did manage to land a huge hit as well.
Oh, couldn't find that gravity cancel side light.
Nope.
That would have been a kill.
And there's the gravity cancel down light. Isidru taking the lead.
Down sig.
What did I say?
You said down light.
Oh. Well.
It's a morning, isn't it?
Dude, trust me, I don't wake up. I'm a night person. We stay up late playing Rainbow Six.
Yeah, we do. Hey, look at that. All right.
I don't do things in the morning.
I can relate to that. Doe Brain and Isidru are neck and neck, man.
I really need to get into coffee. That's what I need to do. I need to become a coffee / I mean, I'm already a tea person.
Okay.
But I don't make tea in the morning as much as I used to because I don't usually wake up in the morning. Most of the stuff I need to do when I wake up early
is casting. Oh, wow.
Half the time.
Doe Brain just destroyed Isidru's second stock. He is not taking very much damage. Right now, Doe Brain has a big advantage.
Mm-hmm.
It was very even up until that point. Look, it's the neutral. It's the signatures from neutral.
Oh, fantastic scythe play from Doe Brain right now. What? That was actually really incredible. So one of the things Doe Brain's really loved is playing scythe. Ever since it's come out, similar vein to Effie, but Doe Brain, I think, has a different approach to scythe than Effie does. Effie
Oh, yeah,
is a
of
very
course.
technical player,
Well, Doe Brain's very technical too.
but in a different way. He breaks it down by frames and
Did something happen?
the,
No.
you have this look on your face.
He's just got a big old smile. Oh, Doe Brain. Is he gonna get the ground pound? I think he's about to win this game.
Oh,
He
the
won.
ground pound come out, and there it is. So
All right,
we're
so-
going to be seeing Wrenched and Isidru.
We're gonna be seeing Wrenched and Isidru. No,
kinda
not Wrenched,
slurred-
not Wrenched, not
Or
Wrenched.
not Wrenched. No, he's
Blood
already
Diamond
done.
Isidru.
I had it in my head because we were talking about how he.
Wrenched is currently fighting Dr. Phazon.
Yeah,
on
because we were
Big
talking
Daddy.
about the Dr. Phazon Wrench game a little earlier. Like we said, I'm still like waking up.
Isidru.
When I said Isidru, I don't know if you were able to tell, but I basically slurred his whole name. It was like Wrench and Isidru.
So up on main stage, the
Wrench and
final game on
Isildur.
main stage
How about
is
that?
going to
Lord of the
not
Rings.
exist. Oh, it's gonna be Effie Dykou. Oh, Effie Dykou. All right, we've got 3 matches, and then we're done. Okay,
Mhm.
3 matches. Wrench, Dr. Phazon are currently fighting Data FGC. Effie Dykou.
No. Bit for Techie.
On
We're
Bifuteki,
Data FGC.
we're FGC. Wrench, Dr. Phazon on Bifuteki. Effie Dykou on main stage. Blood Diamond, Isidru.
Now.
Right here.
Right
Right
now.
here. Right now.
Have all your windows open and size so you can watch all the games.
Oh, you mean like desktop windows? I thought you wanted people to open up their windows. Let in the breeze.
Well, the heat from all these matches is going to be crazy. So do that too, unless it's raining, and then don't.
And then don't.
But
Or it's cold. Like, it's November. It's pretty cold in most places.
it's like the only reason it's cold today here is
Well,
because it's
this
raining.
is a venue.
Well, it's raining outside.
Is it actually?
It is
Right now?
sort of. It was raining last
No
night
one
too.
told me. It was raining last night. How late last night? Because we were out last night.
The wedding that I went to last night, as soon as the ceremony ended, and the ceremony was actually outside.
Okay.
As soon
Around what time?
as the ceremony ended, it started raining.
Which
And the
is-
ceremony started at 7:30, and it
Okay.
went for about 30 minutes, I want to say. So about 8 o'clock.
Okay, because I remember it was around like 11:30 when we were outside of Battle and Brew.
And there
Took
were
us a
40,
while
and there
to
were
get
40
there.
million people there.
Yeah. So we definitely got out around 10:30, and it was definitely not raining.
It did stop. It did stop.
It stopped.
Um,
It did. It was pretty wet. There was water
It stopped about
on the ground.
45 minutes into it.
Okay.
So
Sure.
before 9 o'clock.
Ladies and gentlemen, talking about the weather on Data FGC.
And here you see a big cloud moving in.
That's a nice
Right
voice.
here. A big cloud
Here are
shaped
other
in
sponsors.
the
We got Astro.
World Championship 20.
We got
2017.
Gaming Generations. I think they're making a lot of this stuff possible.
They gave me a shirt.
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
They didn't give me a shirt. That's okay.
too bad.
I got a lot of shirts.
I haven't opened
I
the
got
package.
3 different Brawlhalla shirts.
They gave
I got-
me a shirt a long time ago, actually.
I got the... Yay! We're going to watch a match, guys. I got the black regular BCX shirt. I got the blue volunteer BCX shirt. I got the red staff BCX shirt.
From last year?
So I'm set. No, they're all this year.
The red one?
Yeah.
I don't have a red one.
Well, maybe we need to get you a red one.
I need to get me a regular one too.
Yeah.
I need to go back to the merch booth and see what they have there because the only thing I cared
Did you get a
about.
mouse pad?
I did. That was the first thing I bought. I think I was the
Yes.
I was the first person to buy one because
What?
I
No.
waited on Friday. I waited for them to. Someone walked up to me and said, "Did you see the mouse pads?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "I tried to buy one, but they said they weren't selling anything yet." And I walked right over there right after he said that, and I said, "Can I buy stuff?" And they said, "Yep." And I said, "I'm getting a mouse pad."
So here's the thing. I walked up, and she was like, she had just put the mouse pad on the table. And I was like, wow, that's a nice mouse pad. And she's like, yeah, it's going to sell out really quickly. I was like, really? How much is it? She's like, $30. I was like, okay, maybe I'll need to buy one of those. And she's like, yeah, maybe you do. And then I turned around, and then I turned back around. I was like, I'm going to buy it right now. And then she pulled it up. She hadn't added mouse pad to the list of items that were purchasable. So she just charged me $30. So I'm telling you,
She did the same to me.
we had to
So
be
we-
really close.
It was probably really
I
close.
don't know who bought it first. Okay, moving on to the actual match. Isidru versus Blood Diamond. two players. Well, Blood Diamond has a really good track record in the past. He always comes out and surprises people. He's started to really pick up steam. You know, I'm not going to say better than Noel, but like Noel says Blood Diamond
He has done
carries
an
him.
incredible amount of improvements from when he started teaming with Noel.
He's done really well.
I mean, he's gone from, you know, a pretty good player in 1v1 and iconic teammate to Noel to an incredibly consistent 1v1 player. I mean, ever since CEO Dreamland, when he started really, really looking solid in 1v1s, impressing the hell out of people.
Yeah, CEO Dreamland, he was just incredible. And on the other side, Isidru, who I'd call him a dark horse. He's been good. He definitely don't count him out. He got to top 32, and it was in good showing. But expecting him to take top 8 over a lot of the other people who've now been eliminated, it is a surprise. Isidru coming out here with his Lance play, with his Bryn play, Axe in general. There's some surprising stuff there. In the meantime, I think I see Dykou and Effie about even. I see someone getting knocked out. It's really hard to see Bifuteki. Main stage is much easier to see.
Yeah, but anyway, we got our game coming up very soon. They're finishing up their button tests. So.
Button checks, warm-ups.
Hand warmers.
Hand warmers. Literal hand warmers.
I don't think they have. I don't think either one of them have.
Well, then they gotta go hit up Effie and Dykou.
Not right now.
Hit them up right now. Go up to main stage and just be like, yo, give me some hand warmers while they're fighting.
I don't.
Dykou would
that's a really
kill one of them if he did that.
I mean, not only him.
Effie's a bit more chill than Dykou.
Foda?
Yeah. He
might not kill anyone, but he might throw someone out the venue. But right off the bat, it looks like Isidru and Blood Diamond getting started. Isidru playing the Olgrim pick that we saw him pull out against Doe Brain. Asuri playing, or Blood Diamond playing Asuri.
Blood Diamond's also used that. I mean, if we're talking between Blood Diamond and Noel, they have very similar playstyles. Blood Diamond also use that Qatar and Sig a lot.
That's the thing about being a teammate with someone is you spar with them a lot because you know you can kind of trust playing against them to keep your secrets. You know, because if they go around telling everyone how you play, then they're not a very good 2v2 teammate, are they?
That was a really nice sider, by the way. The falling Sair hitting the very bottom of the hitbox, sending Isidru down and down. Isidru now, he's got a big damage deficit to come back from. Blood Diamond is only in the yellow.
He does have good positioning on the Blood Diamond, though. Not able to land either one of those neutral airs. That would have been a lot of damage. And Blood Diamond is finding every single dodge into the neutral air. I think he's figuring out what Isidru is trying to go for with the anti-air option of neutral air. And you see every single time Isidru tries to go for a neutral air, Blood Diamond has a down dodge right into that dead zone. And he can get the whiff punish right at the very end. So he's finding all of the success dealing with it again every single time, just like clockwork.
I mean,
you see this?
Yeah, he's always got those dodges.
I want to go back into this game and just do an Isidru down dodge or a neutral light or neutral air down dodge counter. I want to know
Doe Brain
exactly
was
how
struggling
many.
with that on stage. Doe Brain was getting into those nairs. Blood Diamond looks like he's much better against them.
Ooh, great positioning to avoid the weapon throw as well, and now he's got Isidru in the air. Gravity cancel, downlight recovery. Oh, finally getting two neutral airs in a row.
Oh, he had the punish opportunity, but went for a dash and instead wasn't able to get a move off. That was a very telegraphed down sig. Couldn't get anything out of it, and now Isidru's already in the dark red, and the downlight Sair is gonna do it. Blood Diamond has a full stock lead right now.
And now looking to build damage with the Asuri Katars. If you can push Isidru off stage, you can try to look for a neutral sig as well. A very strong option. We saw Noel pull it out quite a bit. Isidru is just going to be trying to play it safe, though, build up a lot of damage with the heavy hitting axe. Aerial moves.
Got a lot of good
Diamond
moves in there.
is doing a great job at holding himself at a good spacing away from Isidru's attacks. He's been on point with his dodges as well, so this is going to be a game for Isidru to really try to come back in.
And now Blood Diamond, nice recovery, sending Isidru upward, goes for the gravity cancel down stick, can't quite find it. Isidru is going to find that ground pound on the down stick. He's evened up the stocks, but not the damage.
And that's what he's going to have to look for right now. He's holding onto the lance. Each one of those neutral airs, what does a neutral air on lance do? Isn't that about 20 damage or so? It's a lot of damage.
Yeah, it's a very decent amount, but the side stick is going to be all Blood Diamond needs. Takes game one. Looking pretty good.
Oh, game one of, I hate to point this out right now because we are talking about Isidru and Blood Diamond, but you can see it in the background in the cameras for the players.
Yeah, I didn't see it. What happened?
Effie and Dykou just finished game number 1, I think. And
Who
that
won?
was Effie.
Effie won.
Effie won game number 1.
Okay. Well, back to this game. Blood Diamond looking pretty good.
Blood Diamond already with the guitars, getting a lot of offstage pressure, but Isidru is going to find his way back, and he's going to find that axe. He's going to need to find at least a few sidelight combos in order to start building up damage, get the damage back onto Blood Diamond, and the pressure mounting back so that he can pull a little bit of momentum his way. But Blood Diamond is just controlling the battlefield right now. It seems the recovery pushing Isidru into the corner of the stage. Going for another recovery rather than going for just a little bit of map control on the weapon guard. An interesting option from Blood Diamond's perspective, but the weapon throw not confirming, and I think he was going for a lance recovery stuff, but I think Isidru expected that.
Some good hits coming out from Isidru onto Blood Diamond. But Blood Diamond's looking for that kill option where Isidru's still looking for damage tack-ons. Good nairs from Blood Diamond. Those aren't going to kill, though. He needs to find something substantial. Isidru's going to get back on stage, get the weapon, find the lance. Blood Diamond is now without a weapon. Isidru's still trying to tack on those nairs. I kind of want to see something different because they only have like a hit rate of, I'd say, around like 40, 30%.
Less than that. I mean, with the amount that Isidru threw out in the last game.
He's landing those. I wouldn't say less than that.
I would say less than that. I'd say between 20 and 30%.
Either way, Blood Diamond takes the first stock from Isidru.
Ooh, very nice recovery from Isidru, though. They find the kill off the top, and that is still a fresh stock, so it's completely even now. Both Blood Diamond and Isidru in that white health, fresh stocks range, and it's just going to be who can land a hit first to gain momentum in the stocks. Isidru doing a fantastic job at bringing this game back.
Oh, good downlight into conversion. Gets that recovery. Tries to find another downlight. Can't quite find it. Isidru trying to hit those nairs yet again. Almost finds that that neutral sig.
Oh, dare loop.
Good dare loop. Just one, though. Sends Isidru off the map, but he's gotten so much damage on him. Isidru's already in the red. Blood Diamond's going to come around and get hit by a bit of weapon throws. Isidru's going to come and get the ground pound, but it's still not nearly enough damage to catch up to Blood Diamond, who just barely misses that downlight, which would have been a good kill option. There's a dare into a nair, and there's a grab cancel downlight. No recovery afterward is going to connect. It was just a little bit too far.
And now he's weaponless, getting tapped by the tip of the recovery, and the neutral air going for the spike, and that is going to be the kill. And now Isidru one stock left. This is his tournament life on the line. He's got to pull all the stops out at this point. This is the penultimate.
Blood Diamond looks so strong right now. Oh, and there is a gravity cancel neutral sig on a recovery-less Isidru. Isidru does manage to get the wall touch again, but another recovery-less Isidru, and Blood Diamond going maybe a little bit too greedy there. Does a weapon throw, tries to get the dare, can't quite find it, but like he's taken out Isidru's recovery twice now. Isidru's probably got to be feeling the pressure quite a lot. Blood Diamond looking to clean this out in this stock, not even taking to the last stock, but Isidru not quite having it, hits the side air, goes for an edge guard, can't get the weapon throw, gets back on stage. Blood Diamond both return to neutral.
He's got an axe now. Blood Diamond has guitars. If Isidru can utilize the range from the axe, he can probably get the second stock off of Blood Diamond. He's got him off stage really far out, but the recovery is not going to connect onto Blood Diamond, and that is not going to be the second stock. And Blood Diamond looking for the recovery, and now he's got a sword looking for the down air. Oh, Isidru going for weapon throw spikes. Not able to get the... but the downlight might have cost Blood Diamond his stock, and that is going to be huge. The fact that the downlight actually pushed Isidru into the bottom of the stage, put him out of that ground pound range and allowed Isidru to take advantage of that. That is a very huge mishap on his part, but it looks like it's not going to matter. His Blood Diamond takes it down. The haymaker to the face is going to spell the doom for Isidru, and that is going to be his end in his 1v1 BCX run.
And it's also the end of this stream. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. That is going to be the last game we see over here. Bifuteki, I believe, has finished their last game. And the final game of top 32 to top 8 is currently happening on the Brawlhalla Twitch channel.
And that's going to be game number 3 between Dykou and Effie. That's going to be the game to watch. So you should head over there from us.
And thank you so much for watching here at Data FGC.